and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I'm rebooting my life, John.
Believe it when I see it.
It's the Wabba Grill Lunch Hour with Mason and Ireland. Wabba Grill. What's their secret? It's in their sauce. Their sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Wabba Rewards app or order online at WabbaGrill.com. Wabba Grill. It's for you.
Mason.
I've got to clean up my act.
Ireland.
I'm just a dope.
The Wabba Grill Lunch Hour is on right now.
Good afternoon.
That's not what I meant.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
What's up, Friday? F it, Friday. Ireland, what's going on, man?
Well, what's going on?
Did you golf this morning?
I did.
Yeah.
Laura is not here.
Correct. Laura's
She's in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Bergman's off today.
Bergman's out.
Michael Funches, who I work with a lot because he produces all the Laker games, is filling in.
Can't get away from you, huh?
Hi,
Can't
Funch.
get away from you.
Although, Funch, I want to offer you, I want to start the show with a apology. So the other day when the Lakers last game, and I apology with an explanation, Funch. I don't even know if you noticed that I did this. Be honest with me. Tell me if you did. So at the end of the Laker-Minnesota game, there's only 3 people that work every single Laker game.
Right.
Okay, no matter what.
Okay.
John Ireland, Michael Funches, Michael Thompson.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
We're the 3.
Yeah.
All the other positions change. So
They float in and out.
Yeah,
all
so
that
I
kind
kind
of
of look
stuff,
at us as the 3. Like, Brian, you pinch hit a lot for us
Yeah,
this
I've done
year.
a couple playoff games, too.
Yeah. So, Funch, I was thanking everybody for the work that they did, and I didn't include you because I consider you to be part of the team with Michael and I. I didn't thank Michael either. Did you notice?
Honestly, John, I did notice.
Okay.
I did notice, and you know what? I brought it up to Beto.
Okay.
Really?
So I thanked Beto. I thanked Rebecca. And Funch does more work than any of these people.
right.
But you know what? I didn't take it to heart or whatever.
Well,
you know?
no, it was unintentional.
I didn't take it to heart.
The reason I did it is because I consider, like, should I say this? Yeah, what the hell? It's Friday. It bothers me that those other positions rotate. I think that if you get a job like Will Flores, who runs a board for us, is fantastic.
Right.
And Will had to miss some games this year. His parents lost their house in the fires.
Yep.
But Will misses games. Beto does a lot of boxing. Beto misses games.
Mm-hmm.
This was a problem I had with you when you did it. I said, if you can't do every game, do it. You would take holidays
I
off.
was not permitted to miss more than 2 games.
You took Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, exactly.
I personally feel if you get a job in the NBA, you shouldn't take games off unless you have circumstances beyond your
I guess
control.
the question is, what's a job in the like doing pregame, postgame? I guess that's a job in the NBA, right?
It is to me.
Yeah, it is to you.
Now,
yeah.
but it's obviously not to others.
Right.
Like, because Slee would take games off all the time. So he goes, I got to be at a wedding, and my attitude is, if there's a Laker game, I'm not going to your wedding.
Well, you're the play-by-play guy. Michael's the color guy.
Right.
You guys are
Funch,
like.
That's why I include you in that group. You never take games off.
No. And I missed some very important family stuff. Like, I missed some weddings this year just because of games. So, yeah.
But
and
I respect.
People very
Good
close
for
to me,
you,
too.
man.
I respect your commitment.
Yeah.
And I'm thanking you now publicly
Thank
for
you,
all
John.
the work
I
you do.
appreciate you, John.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question I have for the 3 of you.
Okay.
Could I not make an argument, not hyperbole, that the last week, go back to last Friday until today,
Yep.
is the worst sports week in Los Angeles history? And here's what I mean. 3 of our teams were in the playoffs. All 3 of them were favored. Lakers, Kings, Clippers.
Yep.
If you go back to last Friday, there have been 10 games involving the Lakers, the Kings, and the Clippers. The record of the Los Angeles teams is 1-9. And if the Clippers lose tomorrow, it'll be over an 8-day period. 3 teams knocked out in the first round with a 1-10 record.
Yeah.
Brian, am I guilty of hyperbole, or is this very possibly the worst sports week in Los Angeles sports history?
I think there is a very real possibility that this is the worst in history.
Now,
it's crazy.
Mace is a diehard sports fan. There have been moments where you have been more devastated. When the Rams lost the Super Bowl in Atlanta, when the Dodgers lost to the Astros, and then we found out later they were cheating.
Yep.
The Red Sox didn't feel as bad because they kind of clobbered us.
They just destroyed us.
But I started this. I picked the Kings.
Yep, me too.
I picked the Lakers.
Me too.
I picked the Clippers in 5.
I did not.
And they could still win. They could still go in 7. But, Funch, can you, off the top of your head, think of a worse 7 days in Los Angeles sports history?
No, I can't.
And I'm leaving out tragic stuff like
of course.
Kobe passing away or something like that.
I'm trying to think.
That doesn't count.
Like a Dodger disaster exiting the playoffs is one, but you need a bunch of other stuff at the same time in order to be the worst sports week.
Yeah. Three of our teams into the postseason, all 3 of them favored. Loud, raucous, excited crowds. Yeah. All 3 teams. Well, the Clippers can still save it. If the Clippers can win in Denver on Saturday, tomorrow, they could advance. But if they lose, that's the worst 8 days in LA sports history.
Terrible. Just terrible.
I mean, we got nothing.
So disappointing. Last night, I texted you sometime in the middle of the game. The wheels came off at some point last night
For the Kings.
For the Kings, and it was disappointing because I was like all geared up for Game 7 on Saturday, going to the game, all that. Very, very disappointing. A really good season for the Kings, one of their best seasons really in the last decade or so, but they ran into Edmonton again, and Edmonton clearly has their number, especially Draisaitl and McDavid.
Well, those 2 guys are great players, obviously, but this was the year for the Kings to get over the hump. Luke came on with this. I don't know if Luke's coming on today, but he's come on before and after almost every game. And what he told us is, look, we're a better team statistically.
Yep.
We have home ice, which we haven't had in the first 3 games. And Mace, I can't remember this happening ever either. All 6 games, the Kings had the lead. All 6 of them.
Yeah, all 6, right.
And they've lost 4 in a row.
Doesn't it feel a little bit like one of those Denver Lakers series from a couple of years ago where the Lakers had a shot in every single game and then couldn't quite do it? Yeah.
Like here's some people starting to hit me up on Twitter. Worst sports week is Magic announcing HIV,
Yeah.
Kobe dying.
We're
Now,
not talking about the social...
I'm not talking about any real life stuff.
On field, on court, on ice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to include real life stuff, you got to go back to Don Drysdale dying in his hotel room and stuff like that. But in terms of just sports fandom, the reason we all love sports, this week has been brutal.
It's been terrible.
And nobody answered the bell. All 3 teams, well, I shouldn't say it about the Clippers yet. They could still salvage it.
Yep.
But the Kings and the Lakers both laid eggs. And I know they're both frustrated, and it's back to the drawing board. But, man, this week sucked.
Terrible. Did you see this LeBron thing?
That he tore up his knee before. Yeah.
Tore up his knee. We'll get to that. Plus, is LeBron possibly going to walk away? Is he possibly going to go somewhere else? All that stuff. We'll do that coming up next for you. In the meantime, it's time to Chumba. Are you ready to Chumba? Chumba Casino, the action never stops. You can play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo and solitaire and slots, so much more. Hundreds of games. You're never going to run out of action. And here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. Play for free. Take your shot. You can redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot. Go to ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Waba Grill.
What's our secret? It's our sauce.
Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Waba Grill. It's unexpected. It's delicious. It's saucy. It's for you.
Dynamo. Oh, my God, it's a golazo for the Ibuanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end June 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
As Funch said, did Bad Company really have a song called Bad Company? Yes,
yeah,
they
this
did.
is it. It was a good song. It was a big hit for him.
And we're playing it because Bad Company inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this week.
Who else got in? Do you have the list?
Yes, I do. I've got the list. It includes Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker.
Oh, God, I'm surprised he wasn't already in.
Soundgarden, The White Stripes, Outkast, Chubby Checker.
Outkast is
but
it's Andre 3000 and
Big Boy.
Big Boy, yeah.
That's a good duo.
That's a good one, yeah. So Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming out this week. I was also thinking, we talked about Bennifer, we talked about different relation. Do we not have a name for Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick yet? Do they not have like a combo name like B-Hud? What about B-Hud?
I haven't heard anything, but that's I think
HUD check. How about HUD check?
I think people are hesitant to be cute about them because people are legitimately concerned if Belichick is under some type of a spell.
Well, do you really think he's under some... Well, I think he's under a spell. I think the spell is called love, right? No?
I think that...
Wait, you were so excited about Bill Belichick, 74, with this 24-year-old.
I always say you be you, but I don't trust that Jordan Hudson.
I don't either.
I'll tell you that right now.
No.
I came out the other day that her last boyfriend was like 60.
Mm-hmm. What she got out of him?
She got a type.
Yeah.
Yeah, old and rich.
And guys like that, or girls like that, very dangerous.
Yeah.
I think Bill...
So, okay.
If you were friends, if you were good friends with Bill Belichick, you have a lot of friends that were older than you.
Sure.
How would you handle it? How would you approach him, or would you approach him, or do you just say, not my job as your friend?
Not my job as your friend. You are a big boy. You make your own decisions.
If you were dating a 24-year-old.
Correct.
I think what I would say to you is, off the air, of course.
Off the air.
Which I'm not doing on the air.
It's better on the air, but go ahead.
I would say, hey, between me and you, I know it's none of my business, but I don't know if any of your best friends are telling you this, so I feel like it's my job to do it. You know this is weird, right?
Yeah, sure.
Why are you doing it?
Hot in the sack.
Okay, but you know that's probably not going to last, and she, or in your case, he,
will take a
is
bunch of
clearly in it for your money. As long as you see that and you're going into this with no blinders on, I'm okay with it. But you see that, right?
But when you talk about the old guys with the nieces, isn't that not the same thing over
100%.
and over again? It
100%.
is. So would you warn anybody who's 70 about dating somebody who's 25?
One of my good friends, yes.
You would?
I would. I'd say, I just want to make sure you're going into this with your eyes open.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what you'd say to Bill Belichick.
Or to you.
Or to me.
Yeah. If you break up with Juan and you start dating a 24-year-old, I am going to, I'm giving you my 2 cents whether you want it or not. And you might tell me, hey, I'm happy. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
I'd say, okay.
Yeah, right.
I won't bring it up again.
Right. Well, Bill seems to be defending himself now. He's saying, no, she wasn't running the interview. That wasn't her. It was all you had to do is watch the tape. She was absolutely interrupting the interview. She did storm out at one point.
10 months ago, she was a cosmetologist.
Yep, doing facials and stuff.
If you're a fan of the movie Grease, she was a beauty school dropout.
There you go.
And now, 9 months late or 6 months later, Brian, she has $9 million in real estate investment. I wonder how that happened.
Sounds a little fishy.
If one, Brian,
she
if
looks
one
at Bill.
of us,
She looks at Bill Belichick and she sees an ATM.
Okay. Hey, Brian, if one of us, either Mason or I, was dating a 24-year-old, would you say something to us or would you keep your mouth shut?
That's a good question. I'd have to see the relationship, but
Right.
I'd probably say something.
Like, they're not all the same. Like this.
Right.
Funch, what about you?
I give you a fist bump and go on your merry way.
But you're like me. We see it every night at the Laker game.
But don't you guys think that Bill Belichick is a little crafty for his age and probably knows what he's doing, what he's in right now?
No, I think he has been hooked by a 24-year-old hot girl.
I think this is right on the cusp of elder abuse.
He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I do not believe that.
You can remove on the cusp.
Yeah, on the cusp. So this was something that I just didn't, I guess, have any idea was going on. Dave McMenamin released today, story filed to ESPN. LeBron James suffered a grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee from his collision with Dante DiVincenzo in Wednesday's Game 5. The injury entails a 3 to 5 week recovery line. Had the Lakers extended their series with the Wolves for Game 6 in Minnesota, they would be without James and James' record streak of 290. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Streak of 290. But
and I'm not so sure LeBron wouldn't have tried to play.
You don't
anyway.
think?
Yeah, I mean, he's just such. And by the way, you were saying earlier that could LeBron retire?
Yeah, no, there are stories out there about LeBron retiring or LeBron considering other options or whatever.
He could. He certainly does not need the money.
Yep.
He's already a billionaire. I just think he loves it too much. That's why. It's the same reason I don't think you're going to retire anytime soon.
No.
You love what you do, even though you don't need the money.
Yes.
I think that's LeBron. I don't think he's given it up. How could you? Every time I talk to a retired athlete, they say the one thing they miss more than anything else is the locker room and the lifestyle.
Exactly.
I don't think he's retiring. Do you? I mean, he could. He doesn't need the money, but
No, there was speculation today. Well, maybe he goes somewhere else and he chases around. I don't know. You don't want another stop. I think he's going to finish his career here.
I do too.
Whenever that happens to be, I think he's going to finish his career here. I wanted to play something for you from yesterday.
Okay.
This is J.J. Redick, and I want to get your reaction to it. This is what J.J. Redick said yesterday in El Segundo about this roster.
I'll start with the offseason and the work that's required in an offseason to be in championship shape. And, you know, we have a ways to go as a roster. And certainly there are individuals that were in phenomenal shape. There's certainly other ones that could have been in better shape.
Who is he talking about? I
So-
can't think who he might be. Funch, any idea who he's talking about?
Jackson Hayes?
Jackson Hayes, maybe.
I have
yeah.
a theory about this.
Okay.
All right. So he's obviously talking about Luka.
Yes.
But I think the reason he put it out there for the whole team
Mm-hmm.
is what happened in Game 4.
Right.
I think in the back of his mind, JJ is being criticized by everybody for not making any substitutions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think he went home and he thought about it and he said, you know what? Maybe I did make a mistake by not making any substitutions, but these guys should be in good enough shape
Right.
to play the whole second half. These timeouts are 4 minutes long. But next year, I want a team that is in phenomenal shape, and that way, it's not on me to get them.
But are we
breather.
already in Dallas? You're out of shape mode. Is that where we are?
Well, Luka didn't play. Remember, between Christmas and middle of
Right.
February.
He had a thing. Right.
So part of his natural ramp up was to get back in shape.
Right. Listen to what Windhorst said today about JJ and those comments.
You know, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. You know, those people wear those jerseys who have all the list of quarterbacks for the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
This could be done with all of the coaches in Luka Doncic's life, dating to when he was a teenager, who would say this thing to him at the end of every season. You can say it about Jason Kidd. You could say it about Rick Carlisle. They told it to him in Slovenian. They told it to him in Spanish. He's an absolutely brilliant player, and year over year over year, they've said if he would come back in championship shape, he would be unstoppable. He has had off seasons where he's made strides. He's come into seasons in some better shape at times, but he's never been in what J.J. Redick just referred to as championship shape.
So he has never been in championship shape. And JJ brings it up yesterday. Brian's pointing out that it happened with Rick Carlisle and Jason Kidd and everybody who's ever coached Luka. The idea that get in shape, get in championship shape. He wasn't there this year. I don't know why. Why are we expecting a different result? What's changed with Luka that tells you we're going to have a championship caliber in terms of physical conditioning?
He's playing for a $300 million contract, and one team just very publicly said, we're not investing $300 million in a guy who doesn't care about staying in shape.
Right. But he's on a $200 million contract.
Make no mistake, though. The Mavericks literally said, we want out of the Luka business.
Yes.
We think you are going to be a fat, unproductive slob in 4 years, and we don't want to give the keys to our franchise to you.
A fat, unproductive slob.
And by the way, Mace, he took him to the NBA Finals last year, and they didn't even tip him off that he was being traded.
Right.
And by the way, by trading him, they cost him $200 million.
Right.
That's
right.
how much they hated Luka.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody did that to you,
right,
wouldn't that motivate you to get in shape?
It would.
So let's see if it does.
But on it, so the idea is this. See, because he's on a $200 million contract now, and he's apparently not in top physical condition.
Right.
But Brian says he's never been in championship condition.
But think about how dangerous he would be if he did.
Oh, I mean, he's dangerous as he is.
Right.
He just does it a different way. He's never going to be on the cover of Muscle and Fitness magazine. That's okay.
Yeah, I had no issue with anything JJ said.
No, I didn't either. JJ, listen, Luka needs to get in shape, period. And I think as a Laker fan, you're allowed to expect that your star player is going to be in shape, championship shape, as JJ said, next year and beyond with Luka Doncic. So, yeah, we're going to find out. That story will continue to play out. All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. It is Funch's Wheel today, and we will do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, in sports, we always talk about how you need a great defense, and you can't turn it over. So defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's the same way it is in business. You've got to use Thrive Security. Thrive can protect you from the unexpected. 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. In an instant, your customer files, bank accounts, everything is compromised, and you won't know until the $1 million ransom demand hits your email. Preventing data turnovers is why your business needs Thrive, the leading managed security service provider in the country. It all starts with a comprehensive Thrive cyber risk assessment. Thrive security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. Trust me on this. I've been hacked a couple of times. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Get your no-obligation security recommendations and consultations. Your business depends on it. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive manages your security better than anyone else in the world. Check them out today. Thrive protects your business.
Sedano.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Parody version, call it the Capelepe, the Capelepe.
Yeah, you know what else it needs? It needs a partner now.
Hold on, play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The clean version.
Yeah, the clean version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know it, Cap?
Let me hear it.
Oh, yeah. The Capelepe, the Capelepe.
Yeah.
Capelepe. See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Get all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
Lunch.
All right, guys, I'm going to set this up. Today, I forgot to put deodorant on before
Okay.
I left my house.
I know a lot of people who don't wear deodorant at all.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Matthew McConaughey does not wear deodorant.
Well, I mean,
I don't sweat a lot, so, I don't stink. So,
Okay.
But the question here, guys, is there something that you forget to do before you leave the house, or is there an object you forget at your house before you leave for the day?
I find myself, when I leave the house and I know Juan's not home, getting in the car, getting ready to go, and then thinking, oh my God, I didn't lock the door and I've got the dogs in the house. So I will oftentimes, with the car running, get out of the car, run up the steps, make sure it's locked, and then get back to my car.
Like you have OCD or something?
Well, it's just, I just worry about the dogs and, so.
I've done that too.
Yeah, where you feel like something's on but I nothing else I can think of.
Funch, you know this because you sit next to me at the games. I always have a Stanley thermos. If you guys don't have a Stanley thermos, these things are amazing. They keep things either hot or cold for like 24 hours. So I make piping hot tea, and I put it in a thermos, and I bring it to every Laker game. So that way, if my voice gets raspy, I just drink the tea, and I'm better. At least 5 times a year, I forget to bring that stupid thermos. I know I need it, and it's too big to keep it.
Do you take it on a road trip with you, too?
Always.
Do you forget it on a road trip? Do you forget it on a plane?
Yeah, if I forget it on a road trip, I will go to a coffee house, and I'll buy another one. Because you can buy them for like $15, $20. But these Stanleys are great because I can fill them up at, let's say it's a 7:30 game. I could fill them up at 5, and it'll still be piping hot at 11 o'clock at night.
That's amazing.
But I forget it a lot.
Funch, you forget stuff?
Deodorant?
Right, that's obviously right. Does that happen all the time? I got a friend who says I use natural deodorant. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? It's some sort of natural, non-chemical. It's like it doesn't work, dude.
Well, deodorant once a week. My phone maybe twice a week.
You forget your phone?
Yes, I do, because when I start driving out, when I leave my house, I see that my Bluetooth is not on in the car. That's when I know my phone is not.
That's when you know.
Yes, that I have my phone. So
damn.
Yeah. I have a friend who's my age who loses his phone once a week. Like his phone is not important to him. He'll leave it in his golf bag. He'll leave it in a car.
Right.
We were vacationing with this guy in Lake Tahoe once, and he left his phone in the rental car and didn't realize he had left it for 3 days.
Oh,
what? Like
3 days? For 3 days?
Yeah. If I lost my phone, I would realize that night.
Oh, I know really quick.
Yeah.
I know really quick. It's gone.
And by the way, I'm a little jealous of the fact that it didn't.
He's not
fluster
so
him at all.
connected to it. Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And so the car rental company calls him and goes, hey, we found a phone in the car you rented. He goes, oh, yeah, that's mine.
That's my phone.
Yeah, just send it back.
Yeah. God,
I'm
that's
like,
so
really?
So casual. Brian, anything?
Yeah, I was telling Funch before the show. It's happened to me at least 4 or 5 times within the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what it is, but I forgot my lunch. Every other day, it seems like I'll put something in the microwave, make something real quick before I leave to come here, and then I'm driving. I'm like, oh, I left it at home.
I left it.
Wow.
It's happened a handful of times. I don't know what it is.
Do you
I'm losing
cook
it.
for yourself?
I do, of course.
What do you make?
I make more dinner stuff. So in the morning, I'm just heating stuff up.
Heating stuff up. Yeah. I
But,
was reading.
I can make anything. I'll make anything. I'm not afraid to cook anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
I'm
I'm not a cook.
I feel like you're
eggplant
a good cook,
Parmesan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ireland, you can't. You're not a cook, are you?
Not a good one.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's a very short list of things I can make, but mostly it involves reheating things that are already made.
I'd love to go to one of them culinary academies just to sort of learn stuff, but no, I'm
cooking
clueless.
class?
Yeah, cooking class, exactly. I was reading. Speaking of food, I was reading about Tom Cruise, who allegedly in Mission Impossible walks on the. I'm using a lot of air quotes. Walks on the wing of a plane, and he said before he does that, and looking at it, I think it pretty much is him in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. He said he eats. You burn an unbelievable number of calories. And the morning he did his wing walking thing, he ate a dozen eggs. It's like a dozen eggs. First of all, I don't necessarily believe it. This feels like folklore. But do you believe Tom Cruise is actually walking on the wings of planes and doing all this stuff?
I do not.
I do not either. And by the way, I do not think it matters.
Yeah. No one else does.
No, look, you can do more spectacular stuff with CGI. Why not just use the CGI, take advantage? If you're walking on a wing, I don't know if it's CGI or if it's real. Why do we even care, Tom?
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Makes the movie as good as it needs to be.
A dozen eggs is what he claims. See, everything he says. Everything that man
he probably
says.
Has 4 eggs, probably.
By the way, the Dodgers, John, you will be surprised to know, you've asked me many times, am I worried? Am I worried? Am I worried?
They have the best record
They
in
have
the
the
league.
best record in baseball, yes. And I don't know if you saw what Dave Roberts.
And they haven't played that great yet.
No,
That's what
they
you should
haven't.
feel good about.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Roberts came out and said basically the rest of the league should be afraid because they really have not played their best baseball at all yet. And they're starting to come around. Like Mookie had a really slow start to the year. He's starting to come around. I still think dead spots. Pages has been great. Still dead spots at the end of the lineup with Conforto. Muncy has struggled, although hit his first home run of the year yesterday. And the Dodgers are in Atlanta. It'll be Yamamoto tonight, which is early our time, 4:15 p.m., versus Grant Holmes, who I think was from the Dodger farm system. And then tomorrow it's Roki Sasaki versus Stuart. No. Anyway, his last name is Schellenbach. I cannot remember what his first name is. He doesn't even sound like a ball player. And then Dustin May versus Bryce Elder on Sunday. So good baseball weekend for the Dodgers. The Braves, a couple of games under 500. I still think they're a team that plays into the postseason and down the stretch.
I was listening to Travis and DeMarco, and Travis said that if you project out how many games the Dodgers will win.
Yep.
Now, I think we all can admit the Dodgers have not been world beaters. They've had a lot of injuries. They've had a lot of struggles.
Pitching injuries.
If they just keep doing what they've been doing, they project out at 110 wins. So they're fine.
Now
they're fine.
Well, I'm trying to think. What, Brian? What was your wager?
118.
118. I'm 115. You're 103. I think.
And we have a mythical money bet. If they're closer to 103, I think we bet $5,000. If they're closer to 103, I win. If they're closer to 113, you win.
Yeah.
So the magic number
right
there
now
is
they're
107.
On pace. Yeah, exactly.
108 in there.
That's the in between. Yeah. All right. So you found this piece on Brian Windhorst was on, I assume, the Get Up today.
Probably
the Get Up, talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his future. Listen to this.
If the Bucks truly aren't going to be competitive for a title, and guys, they're staring in the face of losing in the first round for a third consecutive year, bleeding tens of millions of dollars, out almost all of their first round picks, with two of their key players, Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez, headed for free agency, how is Giannis going to look at this going forward? I don't have an answer. The league doesn't have an answer. But that question is very likely going to define most of the NBA offseason. He has done nothing this year but focus on the next game and play his heart out for the Milwaukee Bucks. There's no indication that he's not done everything but invest in this team. But he can see the landscape like everybody else. How can he believe that this Bucks team can continue to improve going forward, considering how they're devoid of all assets? And how he looks at that will very, very possibly could change the face of the NBA over the next 6 months.
If I'm the Bucks and Giannis comes to me and says, I want to be traded, I accommodate him right away because
he's been a good soldier, man. Won you a championship.
But Windhorst is right. Mace, they have no draft picks. They have an older team.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard's out all next year with that torn Achilles. They're 1-11 in their last 12 playoff games. If trading Giannis could reset the whole franchise,
yes,
I would trade him.
Yeah, I think you got to trade him. I mean, and he's done all the right stuff. He's a tremendous player, led them to a championship, has been great for the city of Milwaukee, but they're in that cycle where they are going to go through a downswing, and I don't think Giannis, one of the best players in the game, wants to ride that out. So that'll be the big name that him and Durant will probably be the two big names that move this summer.
Right, and there'll be one that no one's talking about, too, like Luka was this year. There's always one that nobody's talking about.
Yeah. One quick thing here. I wanted to mention, John, Kanye West, as it turns out, is addicted to nitrous oxide. Did you see this?
No.
So a doctor, a dentist named Dr. Thomas Connolly, apparently provided him nitrous when he had some dental stuff. Then he sent home a canister of nitrous, and he continued using it. Now he's suing the doctor. My question is, at what point does a dentist say, look, I'm done with your procedure, but I'm going to send you home with this canister of nitrous?
Yeah, even if he doesn't, it sounds like the lawsuit may be to get the doctor to settle.
Yes.
Because why would you want that out there?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But you've been on nitrous, right?
Yeah.
You know what I always think of?
I would never do it voluntarily like Kanye is.
No, I do it when I get my teeth cleaned, but that's it.
Wait, you guys don't go to fish concerts?
Are they doing nitrous at fish concerts?
Yeah, Grateful Dead fish concerts.
Mace, you use anesthesia to get your teeth cleaned?
Not anesthesia. Well, is that anesthesia? Yeah, it's nitrous. It's nitrous. Yeah, I do, to get my teeth cleaned. I don't like people. I don't like people digging in my mouth.
Well, they have to clean your teeth.
Yeah, I know, but it's better if I'm less.
If you're loopy?
If I'm a little bit loopy. Funch, do you get nitrous when you get your teeth cleaned?
No, I've never had nitrous a day in my life.
Never. Brian, nitrous?
I don't think I have either. I've been put to sleep once, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
No, that's totally
Okay, yeah,
that's
no.
anesthesia. That's like knocking you out.
Right, for like my wisdom teeth, but other than that, I don't.
Yeah,
I've never-
no.
Nah.
Yeah, no. Nitrous it's interesting. I always think of the movie Blue Velvet and Dennis Hopper going around with a mask going,
Baby, it's hotter than asphalt.
Exactly.
That movie is so weird.
It is a weird movie. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some sports graffiti. There's tons of stuff going on. The Kings have exited the playoffs, losing at Edmonton last night, concluding one of the worst weeks in LA sports history as the Lakers lose everything, the Kings lose everything. The Clippers did win last night, but some people are saying, yeah, that makes it a worse week that the Clippers won. 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. Whatever you got is fair game. In the meantime, next Sunday is Mother's Day. And you know, I never forget my mom, ever. Because she never forgets me. She's been one of the most guiding forces in my life. She's always there for me. And she does everything and did the whole time I was growing up to make us happy. So I am returning the favor. This year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. That's short for bouquets. Right now, I got you 25% off your order. So you can send some happy too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger and they're brighter and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. Wow, Mom, with bright, happy flowers, a great bouquet, or go to the Bouquets flower subscription so she gets fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's easy. I pick my bouquet, my delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with Mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, all the women in your life. You cannot forget Mom. It is a week from Sunday, May 11th. Order your Bouquets right now. Go to Bouquets.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets, promo code ESPN. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Have you heard me talk about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone? Well, what are you waiting for? You're going to take your kids there and they're going to go, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? Words you never thought you'd hear. From preventative and routine care, orthodontic planning, and braces, CDF Zone has it all. Open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. For a free consultation, visit their website, cdfzone.com. They accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. Visit the website, cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids as our own.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, sports graffiti time, and everything is, all the lines are lit, 877-710-ESPN. Jump in as they rifle through here. John, what do you got?
Let's start with Katrina. Hey, Katrina, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
I just want to make a comment about what you were talking about yesterday with no loyalty in pro sport.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin just took, in March, he took $20 million less to stay with the Buccaneers, and we're so thrilled. He says he feels like the Bucs are home, and he had such a great season until he got injured last year with Baker, so I think they connect so well, and we were really proud that he did that.
Oh, nice.
All right,
nice.
thanks,
There is
Katrina.
still loyalty, just wanted to say.
By the way,
I think if you're counting on loyalty as a professional athlete, you're not paying attention.
you know,
Mason has a line. I can't. Did you get it from Paul Brown?
Paul Brown.
You will be tolerated until you can be replaced.
Yep.
That is the most honest statement about professional sports I've ever heard.
Yes, it is.
The minute you stop performing, they will find a way to get rid of you. Here is Solomon in Lake Balboa. Hey, Solomon, you're on Sports Graffiti.
Hey,
Go.
Hey guys, thanks so much. Real quick comment about LeBron, and then one about the series. I would get LeBron off the 4. That's awful tough at his age to keep banging bodies at that position. Make him a 3. Regarding the series, most people say, well, after Game 4, when they lost and they were down 3-1, that was the turning point. No, I disagree. You know when the turning point was? After Game 1. The stronger, deeper, more physical, more determined team punched the Lakers in the mouth. They never recovered. They won all of one game after that. That set the tone for the series, and to me, that determined it.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep. I mean, in fairness, they did get punched in the mouth in Game 1, but they did come back to win Game 2. So I don't necessarily think – I still think the turning point of the series was J.J. Using 5 guys in the second half of Game 4.
David in Chino, you're on Sports Graffiti. David, go.
Hey, real fast, Steve, you ruined America's Funniest Videos for my daughter and I. I told my girls I made the mistake that I pointed out that guy was mean to your dad's friend, and now every time they see a smug smile, it's unwatchable.
Alfonso Ribeiro. Yes.
You owe Michael Thompson an apology. Every time you lean in on him, talking about the old days of playing both ways, both sides of the ball, and playing every game hurt, you just got through giving punches an apology, and I'm drawing a correlation to the talent that you believe that nobody should take NBA games off. It just draws, you're kind of speaking on both sides.
What do you, I don't understand.
You guys are talent behind the scenes. But if you guys were players, NBA players, who would you relate yourself to?
Well, Mason, it's
Kawhi?
easy for Mason. Yeah, Mason's Kawhi.
Yeah, I am Kawhi. Absolutely, I'm Kawhi.
When Mason plays, he's great. You just never know when he's going to play.
Yeah, never know.
Who would I be?
You would be a grinder. I'm trying to think.
I would be Mikal Bridges, who isn't
Never
the
misses
best
a game,
player on his team, but he always shows up.
Yeah.
So those would be the
those are
two
good comps.
And Bergman would be Rudy Gobert because sometimes he's great and sometimes he's terrible, and he hates
Rudy Gobert. So that's perfect. Yes,
exactly. Let's go to John in L.A. Hey, John, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
The most important thing for the Lakers this offseason is to go get a defensive center and power forward. Here's my magnificent 7 that are free agents.
Okay.
Clint Capella, Steven Adams, Ben Simmons, Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, Bol Bol, and Larry Nance Jr.
at least half of those guys, John, can't play.
Yeah, I mean,
why would you want Ben Simmons under any condition?
Ben, have you seen what he's been doing defensively against Denver?
Yes, I have seen him. I saw him miss a 3-footer. He missed everything. He missed the rim. He's a one-dimensional player. That's all he does is defend. That's it.
But we're on a budget. We can't afford Steven Adams. We can't afford Miles
Steven Adams
Turner.
isn't expensive, John. Steven Adams doesn't make any money. Yeah, so we could easily afford Steven Adams. They should go get him tomorrow.
And we can't afford Clint Capella. I don't think he's the player that he was a couple of years ago, but Steven Adams has some attitude.
Steven Adams idea. Here's Lewis in Oregon. Hey, Lewis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, this is a question for Mason. I know you used to own movie theaters. Yesterday, I took my wife out to go watch the Star Wars movie, and we were sitting there waiting for the movie to start, and one of the one of the workers there came up to us and said that the movie has been canceled, that showing, and that they're not allowed to play it anymore. According to them, they said that Disney didn't let them play the movie anymore. So I was sitting there confused. They're like, we'll give you a refund, not a refund, but a free showing for another movie, or you're more than welcome to go look at another movie. So they just pulled
the movie out of the... In the entire time, Mace, you owned theaters. If you ever... I mean, distribution is negotiated. I mean, you have to run it. But if you ever had somebody call you, like, in the middle of a day for a movie that you're already showing...
Sorry, cancel the 4 o'clock.
That sounds like it's not a good idea by anybody.
Weird. This is a 20th anniversary re-release of Revenge of the Sith, and it did really well at the box office. I've got no idea why they pulled it off the screen except to put Minecraft on another screen.
Yeah, that seems weird.
That is crazy.
Here's Harold in North Hollywood. Hey, Harold, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
This is for you, John.
Okay.
Yesterday in that press conference, the Laker press conference, Pelinka says the franchise pillars of the Lakers moving on was Doncic, James, and Austin Reeves.
Right.
Are you kidding me? That's the core of the team next year?
Well, wait a minute, Harold. Go back to what Rob would have said at the end of last season, and I guarantee you he said something along the lines of, our pillars who we are going to build around are LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Everything we do is to find guys who can play with LeBron and AD. And halfway through the season, he traded AD. So sports are fluid.
But what's wrong with having those guys as pillars? LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves had a really good year.
I think his argument would be they couldn't get you out of the first round. But they ran into a good Minnesota team.
And it was the first year coming together, and they didn't have a big. I mean, they had to go small in every game because they didn't have a big. So, I think you add a big to this or a couple of bigs, and you've all of a sudden got a different story. But I don't mind having pillars of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves.
Here's John in Canoga Park. Hey, John, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, gentlemen, you have a great show. I listened to Mason sing at the West Covina softball game a couple years ago.
Better than you thought it would be, wasn't it, John?
Mason.
Yes, thank you.
John, better than you thought it would be, wasn't it?
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was some opera singer, and I looked, and then they said it was Mason afterwards, so it was pretty good. But I do want to say, John, you're not going to like me here because I'm Pelinka questioning.
Okay.
The trade for Zubac was in 2019.
Oh, my God.
Pelinka came in 2017, yet Magic gets the blame. He left 2 weeks after the Zubac trade, so Pelinka was well established. Pelinka got rid of Caruso. He made the Westbrook trade. We can get a 4-time guy named Bob Myers, 4-time champ. It's like getting rid of Del Harris and giving us Phil Jackson. Tell me why that's wrong.
First of all, I don't know how many times I need to explain this, but I will again. Would you, John, do you think there's a chance here that I have maybe more information than you do about the Zubac trade?
I'm happy with what you say, but Pelinka was there to say he was there for 2 years.
Magic was in charge.
Magic was in charge.
Basketball decisions, and Magic is the one who made that trade. Matter of fact, John, just do this: Google Magic Johnson Zubac trade, and you'll get tons of interviews in which Magic admits he made that deal. So that's the first part of your thing. The second thing is Rob is not perfect. I'll give you that. But why do you think that I've known Bob Myers for 20 years. I'm a huge fan of him. Why is Bob not running a team now? It's because he doesn't want to. I don't understand why people keep thinking that you can do better than Pelinka. Pelinka's actually really good at this job.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
And you absolutely could do worse.
Not
I'm
just
telling you.
Luka. And a lot of people would say, well, he had Luka in his pocket because Nico Harrison called him and all that stuff. But the DFS trade was really, really good.
Here's the biggest thing Rob's done that he doesn't get enough credit for. When Rob got this job, when Magic left the Lakers high and dry and walked out, and Rob assumed the mantle by himself.
Yes.
I was told that there is absolutely nothing anyone could do about the Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng contracts. We were stuck with both of them. No one's going to take those guys. Rob got rid of both of them in a span of a month. It's a hard job, and we could do very, very worse.
Although, isn't it fair to say they just stretched Luol Deng? I don't think they actually traded him or got him off the roster. They just stretched him over 3 years.
I can't remember. I was just told that there was no way you could get out of those deals, and he got out of both of them.
Mozgov found the taker. But
you
yeah,
can only
he was
stretch
stretched.
one guy, right?
Yeah, he was the stretch.
Let's go to Josh. Hey, Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
All right, John, you ready for some jaw-dropping info?
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT, was Steve Mason a Clipper fan? And ChatGPT says, yes, Steve Mason, the sports radio host from the Mason and Ireland show on ESPN in L.A., has publicly identified as an L.A. Clippers fan, especially during times in the 2010s while the Clippers were gaining momentum. Steve, if the Clippers win on Sunday, oh, man, you're going to have it coming to you on Monday.
You know, Ireland likes to say that the toughest thing to do is doing what your boss says. I will say that...
Especially when you disagree with them.
The station was the Clippers station.
Right. And by the way, Mason is consistent with that. He's loyal to whoever our teams are.
Yeah.
If today, by the way, our station decided to get out of the Laker business and adopt the Clippers, we'd be a lot nicer to the Clippers.
We'd have to.
Yeah, we'd have to.
We'd have no choice.
You want to take a couple more here?
Yeah,
These are all
do it.
pretty
Let's
good
roll.
today. Here's
Let's roll.
Chris. Hey, Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Mace, John, I've listened to you guys for 25 plus years. You guys sound so fresh as ever.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
sir.
from Cloud 9.
Chris,
just a couple of things. I wanted to ask, since they have Alex Lynn as a center for the playoffs, why didn't they utilize him, especially against Gobert and what have you? I know they took Jackson Hayes away as a threat to the lob, but Lynn was still there, so they could have definitely used him. Second point is, I really think Naj Reid would be a good fit if they were able to afford him. And do you really think that Hachimura is a liability at this point, given his play in the last, I would say, series and what have you? And do you think also that LeBron, I'm definitely thinking he's staying with L.A.
Yeah.
So if Kobe was around, I'm pretty sure Kobe would say, you know what, Luka, let's, get our act together as far as your shaping. Because LeBron being, he's in phenomenal shape. So I'm really thinking that somewhere down the line in the season, LeBron would say, hey, Luka, you know what, let's do this together. Let's both get in shape and, make a serious run through the series. That's pretty much it, guys.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. There's a lot of questions.
There's
there.
a lot of stuff there.
Let me tackle
First
as many
of all,
as I can remember.
Let me take one. Alex Lynn is a very big person. Not good.
Yeah, Alex Lynn was given several opportunities during this season to show could he be useful in the playoffs, and frankly, I thought Trey Jemison was way better.
Way better. Yeah. No, Linsanity never took off.
Right. Linsanity. I don't know how you can be disappointed in Rui Hachimura. He kept us in games.
Yeah, I mean, he was their third best offensive player in this series.
Way, very reasonable contract. I think he makes $17 million a year.
Good defender,
offensively,
two-way
good
player.
defensively, great in the room. I don't know why you would be down on Rui at all. And everybody's hoping that LeBron's work ethic rubs off on Luka.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, I think that's probably it.
Let's call it. All right, coming up next for you, why don't we do this, John? So Stephen Smith Sr., right? Steve Smith Sr.
Okay.
Is being sued for an interesting
the wide receiver
reason.
you're talking
yeah,
about?
the old wide
Okay.
receiver.
Yeah.
And we've got more on Luka and conditioning. I found some more stuff on Luka and conditioning, plus some stuff on JJ Redick that we'll get to. All that stuff is coming up. It's a really big F-It Friday. And in the meantime, if you're injured in a car accident, here's the thing. You've been through a traumatic experience. Your body's trying to recover. Your mind's racing. You got to see a doctor. You got lots of confusing phone calls and eventually medical bills, more headaches. If you're injured in an accident, just remember, call Jacob. Instead of dealing with all this stuff yourself, make one call to Jacob. Let him handle the rest. Jacob is going to guide you through the process, and on top of all that, he's going to fight to get you the settlement that you deserve. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team can come to you, or you can go to Jacob's office. You should take it easy. Don't stress. Let Jacob deal with the rest. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He's the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Don't forget, a proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And make sure you're following them on Instagram and on Facebook. Go to @call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Denis pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Denis still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Denis has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table
with the battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a golazo for Denis Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo.
Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, John Ireland here for Thrive Cybersecurity. We all know in sports that defense wins games and turnovers kill you. That's also true in business. The truth is, 1/3 of businesses will unwittingly turn over their sensitive company data to thieves this year. Don't let that happen to you. Remember this website, thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Thrive starts with a comprehensive cyber risk assessment. Their security analysts identify gaps and deliver proactive solutions to help keep your network healthy and protected. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Get ready. Visit thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense. Use Thrive and protect your business.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you bet goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
it. We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Outkast voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this week. A little hey ya. It is officially.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Let's go, people. It's F It Friday. It Friday. And it's me and Ireland. And John, I have an announcement to make.
Excellent.
This is not an excellent announcement, but I'm going to share it.
Okay.
We are, this week, weekend going to help Sophie shuffle off of this dimension?
All right, so this is Mace's dog, that his oldest dog. How old is Sophie now?
18 and a half.
That's a tremendous run.
It's a great run. It's a great run.
Are you going to use the service that you gave to me?
Same one. Yeah, they come over to the house and they do everything. Funch, you had a situation like this.
Like in December, one of my puppies had to go too, so we had that person come to our house, and yeah.
I mean, it's super sad. It's super hard. I'm going to be an emotional wreck, all that kind of stuff. But 18 and a half years is a tremendous run. So a lot of bonus time, and she has been a great little girl. Just a great little girl.
You will have 2 dogs remaining once Sophie is gone, right? Will you replace Sophie in the lineup? In other words, will you have 3 dogs at some future date?
We are a 3-dog house, but probably not till football season. Football season will be home most of the time. So, yeah, but there is going to be a 3rd dog.
Are you going to put Sophie down tonight or tomorrow?
Sunday afternoon. So we get to spend the weekend with her and play.
Is she going to eat her favorite food?
Eat her favorite food. Now, I am personally of the belief that we get a steak and give her a little steak on the way out the door.
Oh, very nice.
Because I think she would like that.
Yes.
And it's nice, peaceful. You know, they handled it really, really well. So, anyways, that's my weekend.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, but that's a tremendous run.
It's an amazing run. She's been a terrific dog, just a terrific dog. You know, we were talking about loyalty, Ireland, and how it's not valued in sports the way it used to be.
Right.
We actually sometimes are critical of people who are too loyal, like Mike Trout. Now, Mike Trout is a loyal guy. He's loyal to the Angels franchise, and we say there's no loyalty. Isn't that – it's viewed as a bad thing that Mike Trout has stayed in Anaheim, even though he's been loyal.
I think the reason that Mike Trout is criticized for staying in Anaheim is that people think he doesn't care about winning, that he's only in it for the money. Because if he tries to make the argument, like one of my favorite players of all time was Tony Gwynn.
Right.
Tony Gwynn never went anywhere.
Never won a thing.
Because he was convinced that they were going to win here. Do you know anyone anywhere who is convinced the Angels are going to win anytime soon?
No, I'm not.
So if that's reality, that a rational person concludes that they have a bad owner who doesn't really care about winning and they're not going to win anytime soon, and he refuses to sell the team. He toyed with his fans a few years ago when he said, I'm putting the team up for sale, and then he came back and said, nah, I'm going to keep it.
Right.
Then I think people think Mike should say, okay, I need to go somewhere where I can win. I think that's why people criticize Mike Trout. They don't think he cares about winning.
Even though he's being loyal. You're saying he's being loyal to the wrong guy. Now, what would you say if Giannis said, no, I love Milwaukee. I'm staying in Milwaukee no matter what. It's Milwaukee ride or die.
He already has a title.
So, but would that mean he doesn't care about winning if he stayed in Milwaukee?
He's experienced the top of the mountain. If Mike Trout had a title, nobody would criticize Mike Trout for staying.
Right.
It's the old Herm Edwards line. You play to win the games, unless you only care about the money.
Now, I don't think that. Do you think that's the truth with Trout? I don't think that's the truth with Trout.
Why would
Trout? He's not a spendy guy.
But why would Trout come to a different? Well, forget the money.
Yeah.
Why would Trout come to a different conclusion than you and I and every other rational person has come to, that the Angels might win?
Because it's his home.
It's not. He's from New Jersey.
But if he's made a life here, he's made a home here. I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, you want to have an opportunity to win, and it's not going to happen there, at least in the near term. But I think we're talking out of both sides of our mouth by saying there's no loyalty in sports, and then we're ragging on somebody who's overly loyal.
Well, he's loyal to the tune of $400 million.
Right, but but by this day, in this day and age, it's not. He's not the highest paid guy anymore.
Right, but I think what most people admire in athletes is that they'll do anything to help their team win. And I think you can say that about Mike Trout. He's had an unbelievable career. But if they have an opportunity to, Trout's got all the money he's ever going to need.
Of course, yeah.
Why would he just stay and play the rest of his career in Anaheim where they don't care about winning? I mean, it makes you think less of him. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm wrong to think that, but it just does. I mean, I think any athlete who marries himself to losing, voluntarily, how do you come to any other conclusion? If the Angels had a chance,
right,
I would feel differently. But they don't.
No, they don't have a chance. Certainly not this year. They don't have a chance. And
I
they
mean,
haven't had a chance in the last decade.
They have the longest postseason drought of any team in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
They haven't been in the playoffs for 10 years. Mike Trout's entire career, he's played 3 playoff games. He lost them all.
Right. But the bottom line is you should be loyal if you're winning. If you're not winning, you should demand out.
Well, let's compare Mike Trout to Shohei.
Right.
Shohei could have stayed. The
Yep.
Angels were the team that gave him his first opportunity.
Although they weren't going to pay him $700 million.
He was winning left, right, and sideways. But
you don't believe they paid Shohei went where the most money was? He wasn't getting $700 million anywhere else.
Well, I think the Lakers had to, or the Dodgers had to give him a blow me away offer to get him. But I'm saying, would you have thought less of him if he would have stayed with the Angels? And he came out and said, "Hey, I know I've been here 6 years and I've won 3 MVPs, and we never win, and I've never been in the playoffs, but I'm comfortable here. I like it in Anaheim. They've been great to me. I'm going to be loyal."
Well, they'd be more likely to win if he was still there.
Right. But I don't think less of him for leaving.
No, I don't
think
either.
More of him.
Right, but we think less of Trout for staying.
We do.
Yeah, I do not. But I understand
I have no problem
the
with your
sentiment.
position, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean, if Mike Trout is
Kirby
happy,
Puckett spent a lot of bad years in Minnesota.
but
Tony
he
Gwynn spent
Kirby Puckett won 2 titles.
Kobe-
Tony Gwynn played in the World Series.
Right, but never won a ring.
But he played in 2 World Series.
He played in 2 World Series, lost to the
Yeah.
Tigers. Right, I know, I get it, but that's a long time without winning a
But
championship.
here's the difference between that and playing for the Angels. The Angels don't even make the playoffs.
Correct.
If I thought the Angels had a chance to go to the World Series, and I like Ron Washington, and I like the guys that run the Angels for the most part, and I think that they'd love to be better, but every piece of evidence we have is as long as Artie owns the team, they're not going to win.
Right.
So if that's fact,
right,
why stay?
Yeah, so be loyal unless it sucks there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. And teams loyal to players unless they're in decline.
Right. Well,
so there's no loyalty anywhere.
Unless they project they're not going to get in shape, and
Right.
then they just
Oh, there
trade
you
him in the
go.
middle of the night.
Exactly. All right, coming up next for you, I got that. Steve Smith Sr., the wide receiver,
Yeah,
is getting
I
sued.
don't know this story.
He's
so-
getting sued for a crazy reason.
Okay.
We'll do that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I decided to do some reading this morning from the Colorado guys who actually covered Shador, and they said, I don't know, teammates seemed to like him pretty well. He was tough as nails because he got his ass kicked pretty much every game because his offensive line sucked for 2 years for the most part. He actually plays a lot like Caleb, except he's not as athletic as Caleb. So I actually think that stuff worries me a little bit. He should be a guy, in my opinion, that plays more like Tua Tagovailoa. But that's the stuff that drives me crazy, is that this is the sport. This is such a manly man sport, right? Oh, so manly. Oh, we collide for a living. Ooh, yeah, we're tough guys. But yet you can't take it in a room when some kid's got some confidence and you clearly don't have very much self-confidence because he made you feel small. Get the bleep out of here with this.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end June 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergat.com.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
I'm going to come out with something right here. I don't work as hard as John Ireland and have no interest in it.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
People, it is
You know what my plan
Friday.
is tonight? You know what my plan is tonight? I'm
can't think.
I'm
No.
finalizing.
Are you
it.
going to the beach?
Yeah,
beach
going
life?
to Beach Life.
Nice.
And I am texting with one Scott Kaplan. He got tickets.
No, really?
He's got a hotel room.
Wow.
And Lisa and I are going with Cappy and Rachel to see Lenny Kravitz tonight at the beach.
I'm telling you, you're going to imbibe in a gummy?
If I am offered one, I might.
Well, let me tell you something.
You think Rachel will have one on her person?
Rachel is like a human Pez dispenser.
Yes,
she
God,
hands
yes,
out
sir.
gummies
Yes, she
everywhere.
is.
Have you been on the receiving end of that?
Yes, I have. Twice already.
Yes.
The first 2 times I met her. Yes.
Yeah, no, just randomly. Like you see her anywhere, and she'll be like, you want to go?
Well, this is a very fun event.
It sounds great.
Yeah, so in order tonight, Aloe Black, Train, and Lenny Kravitz. And then because of noise ordinances, they shut you down at 11.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
But from like 6 to 11, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, and we're all set.
I don't like Train.
I do.
Do you?
Pat Moynihan, the lead singer of Train, used to be the lead singer of a Led Zeppelin cover band.
Yeah.
And so they play a lot of rock. They don't just play Train songs.
But it's not going to be like, hey, so...
No, they'll play that. But they'll also play Whole Lot of Love, Led
Right.
Zeppelin. They'll play... They mix it up. They put on a good
Meet
show.
Virginia. That's another
The
one,
last
right?
time I saw them, they played Meet Virginia. Yeah. They have more hits than you think.
Do they? We saw him. Did we not see him here at LA Live, like in a street festival?
And
I think Train played. I was there. Juan was there. You were there. Lisa was there.
Yeah, and actually, I saw him at the Hollywood Bowl. I can't remember if this is the show you were supposed to go to and didn't make, or if
No, it's Billy Joel.
I saw him with Gavin DeGraw and Maroon 5 at the Hollywood Bowl, and they were great.
Yeah, I like Gavin DeGraw's really good
Okay,
too.
so there's a bunch of songs you know besides Meet Virginia. Calling All Angels is the song the Angels kind of adopted. Drops of Jupiter might be their biggest hit. Hey Soul Sister's their biggest hit.
Hey Soul Sister probably is. Yeah, Drops of Jupiter. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good hits. It'll be fun.
Yeah, so they're very poppy, very poppy. All right, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and thank goodness I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I can recover from whatever I do tonight.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It sounds like a really good festival.
Yeah,
it
it's
does.
3
Yeah, I'm looking at the 3 days of the lineups, and
The lineups are really good.
So, Funch, which of the 3 days, if you could only go one day, would you go? Cappy and I are only going on this one day.
I think
because
I
we
would-
want to see Lenny Kravitz. But Alanis Morissette's part of this.
Yep.
Well, who's going tomorrow, Funch?
Tomorrow, Sublime, Sugar Ray.
Mark McGrath.
Yeah,
I went to high school with Mark. Great guy.
Susanna Hoff from the Bengals.
Yeah, and then Alanis Morissette's the lead act on
Yes,
Sunday,
and
right?
Sunday, yes, with the Beach Boys and the Beach Boys.
I think that feels like
Jackson Brown too.
The day. Sunday feels like a really
if you
good
skew
day.
Older,
Yeah, with
Jackson
Beach
Brown,
Boys.
Beach Boys,
Yeah,
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, exactly.
The Beach Boys with John Stamos, they say.
Oh, that's right, with John Stamos, who's filling in that band, right? He's doing like the Deacon Fry thing.
Stan Love, who played for the Lakers in the 70s, and is Kevin Love's father, just passed away
Yeah,
last
I
week.
know. I saw that too. I didn't even realize.
Mike Love's brother.
So, John, Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah,
who's
no,
a-
how have I not heard of this? I'm like in tune with all lawsuits.
So in February, he found himself in the headlines after a man took to social media to accuse him of having an affair with his wife while sharing a number of explicit messages, photos, and videos to back up the allegations. So he did not respond. Now, according to the Charlotte Observer, Antonio Martinez, the man who says he was cheated on, is suing Steve Smith Sr. for $100,000 while using North Carolina's alienation of affection law, a.k.a. the homewrecker law, which allows spouses to take legal action against outside parties involved in an affair.
I have never heard of this law. Have you?
No. The homewrecker law?
No, you're
It
right.
sounds-
But okay, so if I was on the jury, let's pretend we're all on the jury, all of us.
Right.
The question I would ask when we began to deliberate is, it takes two to tango.
Yes.
So, yes, Steve Smith did sleep with your wife, but your wife had to be a
was in
willing
on it.
participant.
Yeah, she was in on it.
Brian, I don't think this guy's got a case. Do you?
No, I'm confused. So.
Although, if you actually were, and by the way, there are 7 states that have this law: Hawaii, Illinois, New Mexico, Mississippi, South Dakota, Utah. You know, technically, he is breaking the law as it's written. He has caused alienation of affection, but I think it's a stupid law. So I would find in favor of Steve Smith Sr. because it's a stupid law.
And by the way, what the person that violated what's
trust.
this guy named Martinez?
Martinez, yes.
All right, the person Martinez should be mad at is his wife.
Yes.
She's the one who entered into a covenant with you to forsake all others.
Right. She allowed her affection to be alienated.
Correct.
Yes.
And so you're the one that married her. You and her had an agreement.
Right.
She broke it.
She broke the
You should be
agreement.
suing her.
It's not Steve Smith Sr.'s problem.
Right.
It's your wife. It's a wife problem.
She went out and found love elsewhere.
Yes, she did.
It's not Steve Smith's not the problem.
Not
Your
at
wife
all.
is the problem.
Not at all.
And by the way, I don't know if Steve Smith was even married at the time.
No, I don't know either. I don't. It's not a factor in the story, at least according to what I'm reading here. All right.
I'm surprised I've never heard of that law.
Yeah,
the
it's a
homewrecker
weird law. The homewrecker law.
Is it a state law or a federal
State law.
Okay.
State law.
So you're saying like Steve Smith cheated with this girl? I mean, the wife cheated with Steve Smith.
Correct.
And the husband is going to sue him.
Sue Steve Smith because he wrecked their home.
That's an unprecedented thing right there. Like, then other guys can sue their other...
Correct.
By the
It
way,
is in the book.
I think this law should be taken off the books.
Oh, me too.
Because what percentage of married people do you like? We're all married, and Mason's basically married. But Funch is married, Brian's married, I'm married. You're common law married.
Yeah.
What percentage of married people cheat? I would say it's over 50%.
Over? Did you mean once, or do you mean like on an ongoing basis?
No. Just have ever cheated.
Have cheated?
Yeah.
I'd like to think it's lower than 50%.
I think it's
We'd
lower
all
than
like
50%.
to think it's
Yeah,
more like,
right.
But
more
I'm
like
just saying,
like 30,
Yeah.
30%.
If the homewrecker law stays on the books, it will tie up the courts
Oh, my
forever.
God. Yeah, a lot of people going to jail, doing hard time after wrecking homes. Yeah. A stupid law. I'm sure it'll go away, but I thought it was interesting. All right.
I remember I had a friend once. Do I have time?
Yeah,
to tell
no,
this?
go ahead.
So I was a sports anchor at a television station. This is way early in my career, not in L.A. And one of the anchors was engaged to a guy, and she says to me, I'm pretty sure this guy's cheating on me. And I said, why do you think that? She goes, I just have a suspicion. And she said, I'm going to hire a private investigator.
Oh, God.
And she did.
Yeah. And he was.
And he was.
Yeah.
So her instincts were telling the truth. And I said, let me ask you a question. If you took the step of hiring, you're that convinced,
Yes.
and you're paying money to hire
Why
a
would you
private
be with
investigator.
this person?
Right. Why not just get out?
Yeah.
She goes, well, I do really love him. I just don't think he's being
But if your instinct is he's cheating, why would you stay in the relationship?
Even if the private investigator comes back to you and says, I followed him for a week and he's nothing suspicious, that's going to give you the peace of mind to go forward. You're always going to have this instinct.
Oh, you're.
There is no law requiring you to get married.
Correct. Yeah, that is a hiring a private
and by
detective.
the way, she hired him, paid the guy, he caught the guy cheating, and she broke up with him.
So I got a friend who put there are these little tracker things.
Oh, put one in the car?
Put one under the bumper of the car to keep track of his wife. And then on his phone, he would watch where the car was at all times.
Again, why put yourself through
There
that?
is so I said this. I'm like, there is a lack of trust here. You can't build a relationship on a total and complete lack of trust. He's tracking his wife all over town.
All right, so Lisa has a friend.
Yep.
And this is how she got caught.
Okay.
The guy put a device in her car, her husband.
Yep.
Lisa's friend was cheating.
Yes.
And she's married.
Okay.
Her husband put a device in her car that recorded all of her calls that she made in her car.
Oh.
And so she would call her girlfriends and talk about the boyfriend. And that's how he found out. And I'm like, if you got to go to those lengths, why not just get out?
Right. If your instinct is they're cheating.
Yeah. Seems weird.
Move along. All right, coming up next for you, What's Up, Fool? Funch has got stuff. Brian Cohen's got stuff. We will do it coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter was created by a guy named Ian Siegel, who's a friend of mine, great dude. Ian puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance. He created an algorithm that helps you find qualified candidates for all your roles fast. It matches your job to the people that have those skills. How fast? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day, day one. So what are you waiting for? You can use ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. I'm going to read that web address again. Remember this. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Denis pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Denis still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Denis has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table.
With a battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a golazo for Denis Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo.
Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code Canty to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, thank you, Brian. So I'm going to kick you guys off today with something that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So
okay.
Allison is she's been wanting to do this for a while, and I've always kind of been like, I don't really know. So we're going to be checking out the Renaissance Fair.
I would do that.
Down in Laguna Beach?
No, it's past Pasadena.
Irwindale. But I would do that. Are you hesitant to do it?
What is it? I don't even know.
That's the thing. Like, I've never been too informed about it, or like what's the big appeal about the Renaissance
Ireland? Have
Fair
you been to a
and all this
Renaissance
stuff?
Fair?
I am
dressed up.
I'm
like medieval times.
I'm
nice.
assuming it's like that. Yeah. I mean, would if she said, "Hey, Brian, I'm in the mood to try something different. I want to go to medieval times for dinner." You're on board with that, right?
Yeah, because I've been there at least a handful of times.
Have you?
Yeah,
I've been to medieval.
Yeah,
medieval
it's
times
fun.
is fun. Yeah, it's a fun thing.
Aren't you okay with a Renaissance Fair?
I love to go. I'll dress up if my wife wants to dress up. I'll dress up.
Oh, are you dressing up, Brian? You're wearing
you're gonna wear
a suit of armor or what?
Yes, you're gonna dress as a nobleman.
All right. So I'm looking it up.
Yeah, me too.
It is the original Renaissance Pleasure Fair. It's in Irwindale. It is. You can buy tickets. It runs through May 18th.
Yeah, a couple more weekends.
Really? You're going to this? I'm looking at the website now.
They got the big turkey legs,
Yeah, all that's a big beer steins, a bunch of frauleins dressed in corsets.
Yeah, a lot of corsets there. A lot of this, like, up around the neck, the collar, the big tall collar thing.
All right,
it's like a regular Game of Thrones situation.
Hey,
here.
Brian, there's live jousting.
That's pretty much
guys, I would go to see that.
Yeah,
I'll be there tomorrow, so I'll check that out. I'll report back.
Yes, we want a full.
I would like pictures of.
There'll be some pictures.
Yeah, of the Renaissance Fair.
All right, how about this? Allie the Muse. Immerse yourself in the enchanting melodies of Allie the Muse, featuring songs from days of yore, Celtic tunes, and some surprise favorites. Known for her dulcimer karaoke.
Yes.
Allie invites festival goers to sing along.
Sing along, everybody.
And join in the Renaissance Fair shenanigans. I want to see you and she's dressed like she's from the 1600s.
So my image of this is it's like, and I don't watch the show, but it's like Downton Abbey, that everybody's like walking around and like the housekeepers. Is that what's kind of going on? Or
I've never seen Downton Abbey either, but that's what I kind of envision. I've never been, so this is going to be, I'm all for it. Like,
okay.
I'm ready to go, dive headfirst.
You know, the one I've never been to is, and I would like to go to, is the one in Laguna Beach. Isn't it called Pageant of the Masters?
I've been many times, where you stand like you're in a painting.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a very big deal, and it's been going on since I've been alive. It's been going on for like 50 years. And it's similar to where you're going, oh, hey, Brian, I need you to have a spirit of adventure tomorrow, okay?
All right.
At least ask Allison if she'll try this, okay? Irish step dance. Like
nice.
Like Michael Flatley,
Right,
Lord
right.
of the Dance.
The
You
Irish
can go
jig.
up there and dance with them. Do it.
That actually sounds a little fun.
Oh, is that it's a dance along?
Yeah, dance along.
Oh, yeah, go up there stomping, Brian.
I'm even more excited now. So.
I think you should go.
I think it sounds fun. Sounds like you're doing something
And the
interesting.
jousting looks legit. It looks like guys dressed like they're in Game of Thrones, riding
Yep.
horses, trying to kill each other.
Brian, life is about the experience. Whether it's Beach Fest or the Renaissance Fair, this is a weekend for experience.
That's right.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. We had some sad news this morning in the NBA. Has Greg Popovich stepped down as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs?
He should. He's
Yeah,
had a couple of health incidents this year.
we saw that he had a mild stroke in November, and then he didn't coach since then. Mitch Johnson took over his duties, and he got named the official coach today too.
That surprised me.
And let me just go down some of Pop's resume. 5-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Coach of the Year, 26 playoff appearances, including 22 straight playoff appearances, and also the winning coach in NBA history. This guy might be the last of the old school coaches in the NBA. Where does he rank in NBA history as a coach, as a head coach? Is he number 1, number 2, number 3? What do you think, John?
Top 5 for sure.
Yeah, he's not in my top 2. My number 1 is Phil Jackson. My number 2 is Red Auerbach.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Pat Riley, and then probably Pop. I think his legacy will be that he did things, like you mentioned, old school. He did things his way.
Yeah.
He just did not care what other people thought, didn't like the media, didn't let his players, you never see any Spurs people doing any commercials or doing anything like that. He was the coach at the Air Force for a lot of years, and he ran his team like a military team.
Right.
And to great success.
And I don't think anybody else can run a team like that anymore.
I completely agree with you. I think what's weird, too, is that Bill Belichick and Greg Popovich were like the last two.
Yeah.
The last two, my way or the highway. I think if somebody tries to come in and do my way or the highway in 2025, that coach will be fired.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think you can get away with it anymore.
No.
And who has that leash to do that too? You know, in
Right.
sports, like no one has that leash anymore. Like,
Right.
to just do that.
Spolstra might, but they just lost 2 home games by 50 points each. So, I mean, even he's probably losing his grip on it.
Spolstra, yeah, I would think so. Are you? Who's the guy that's taking over? I don't know him.
He's the guy that's been coaching them all year long. I thought this job is a great job because you're going to have Wemby, Stephon Castle, and De'Aaron Fox moving forward. And guys, they're in the draft
great
lottery.
pick.
They could get Cooper Flagg, too. And so I thought they would bring in – there's so many people from the Greg Popovich coaching tree that are available now. Taylor Jenkins came from there, who was recently fired. Mike Brown came from there, who was recently fired. Mike Budenholzer came from there. I thought they were going to bring in one of those guys, but they're going to give Mitch Johnson a chance, and he gets first crack.
Do you think this was Greg Popovich's choice?
I do, because they promoted Pop to president.
Right.
So he's
this,
going to be
he
president
wants
of the
this guy in
team,
the job.
and he'll still be around. Wish he would have been nicer to the media.
Yeah.
I don't. He's not a big golden rule guy. I don't think he treats people the way he would like to be treated.
No.
He just yells at people.
Yeah.
But you can't argue with his success.
Nope. Success is success.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So I had the story a couple weeks ago of the month of May being National Burger Month.
Yes.
And Red Robin did all their, promotions sold out instantly.
Yep.
It's also National Barbecue Month. So my question here is, excluding the burger, because it is also National Burger Month, what 3 things are best on the barbecue?
On the barbecue.
On the barbecue.
Okay. On the barbecue.
The first thing is ribs. You ever barbecue ribs? Ribs
Oh,
on a barbecue are out of this world.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Here's something that's underrated. You ever barbecue shrimp on a barbecue?
No. Like a skewer of shrimp?
Yeah, and you put them on the top
That
shelf
sounds good.
of the barbecue.
That sounds good, yeah.
Shrimp on a Barbie.
Yeah, that is a really good thing. And this is kind of cheating because it wouldn't be straight barbecue, but you guys ever use a pizza oven?
Yeah.
I've never actually used one
I've never
myself.
had
Which
a
is
pizza
like
oven.
the concept of that. Those are the 3 things I thought about when you asked that.
I thought about corn.
Oh, that's a good one.
I thought about. That's all I thought about. I can't. I'm not a griller. I'm not a grill person. Any shish kebab is good. Yeah, we used to go out to the desert. You take a house, you get a bunch of shish kebabs from Gelson's, and you go to town. That kind of stuff I do. I am not a grill guy. Like Travis Rogers, huge grill guy. He will throw anything on the grill. I'm not a griller. Not
That's really the only
Leo's a
thing
griller.
I know how to do.
Really?
Is barbecue. Yeah, I can in a kitchen I'm pretty useless, but on a barbecue, give me anything, I can make it.
But National Barbecue Month, hello.
Hello, I'll see you in my backyard tonight.
Yeah.
What's up, food?
Best barbecue restaurant for you?
There is a place in Memphis called Central Barbecue. Everybody goes to Rendezvous, which is like the famous one in Memphis, and then we always go to Gus's Fried Chicken. Central Barbecue in Memphis is the best barbecue I've ever had.
What about here?
In L.A., what's a good barbecue joint? What's
for
the place
me-
we went to in Culver City that one time that was so good? I'm trying to remember. By the old station, remember?
JR's Barbecue? Is it JR's?
That could have been
That
it.
could have been it.
Yeah, so right on the corner, right?
I think we went with Josh Rawitch.
We did
from
go
the
with
Dodgers.
Josh Rawitch, yeah.
Was that the name of it?
That was
JR's?
absolutely it.
Yeah,
now,
it was
for
good.
me, it's Baby Blues, which is over on Venice Boulevard in kind of Venice, Santa Monica area. Delicious. They deliver. It's fantastic. Outdoor grilling, Culver City's really good for a barbecue. But I do love barbecue.
My favorite's Phil's down in San Diego.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What part?
I think there's a couple of them, but there's I don't know exact location, but I know there's at least 2. I think there's one in Santee. Phil's Barbecue. It's famous. It's been on like the whole dine-in, drive-in.
Oh, it has been.
All
Okay.
those kind of spots.
Phil's Barbecue. Shouts out to you.
What's up, food?
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay, cool. So Alicia Keys had told TMZ, and this is kind of a big thing. She said she's married to a rapper / DJ, Swiss Beats. That's her husband.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, Swiss Beats. I know.
Okay.
It. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
right.
So she told TMZ in 15 years of marriage, they've never had any arguments. No arguments one bit.
In 15 years.
15 years of marriage.
Don't buy it.
Yes, exactly. So do you buy this at all, that they'd never had an argument?
Well, I told you beforehand. This is, honest to God, this is the truth. I don't think Juan and I have had an argument in 10 years. We don't argue about anything.
Right, but that's different than never have had an argument.
Right, back in the day when
you guys
the first
have done,
10 years
you
we
guys
fought.
have learned how to compromise.
Right. I just roll over on everything, which is makes things real. I don't care.
By the way,
I don't care where we eat for dinner. I
Okay.
don't care where we go.
By the
I don't
way,
care who we see.
Can I tell you something about
Yeah.
that? Very smart tact by you.
Yeah, just roll over.
If you let them have their way, happy wife, happy life.
That's right. Easy, guys.
Yep.
Just do what they want. All right,
All right,
that's
it?
That's it.
All right. Coming up, we've got an hour left in the week, so we're going to unload a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
But there is something going on in sports statistically that no one is talking about, and it is staggering. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I have no
All right,
idea.
I'll tell you next.
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Bergie, there's a part where I'm walking and I'm standing with Clinton, and I see you walking in the background. I'm like, oh my God, did I screw over Bergie in some way?
I am not worried about that.
Yeah,
in the
I don't think
slightest.
anyone's taking the Cappy Lappy that serious.
I do like the Cappy Lappy though. We've done it a few times. you and I.
The virality is going crazy. Yeah, it needs
It
needs a song, George.
That's what the song should be.
Yeah.
No, it's the Laffy
Like
Taffy.
Laffy Taffy,
But somebody
yeah.
should call it
We should do like a parody version. Call it the Capelepe, the Capelepe.
Yeah. You know what else it needs? It needs a partner now.
Hold on. Play the song. Play Laffy Taffy for Cappy.
The clean version.
Yeah, the clean version.
Please, the clean version.
Wait, you don't know a Cap?
Let me hear it. Oh, yeah.
The Capelepe. Oh, the Capelepe.
Yeah.
Capelepe.
See, we can do that.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go.
That's
good
the correct answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
That's
Hall of Famer.
Got into the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She had a big minute. Remember Lou Albano? Captain Lou Albano was her manager or something. It was a wrestling guy. There was all this big tie-in with Cyndi Lauper.
She had a bunch of wrestlers in her video.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. She did.
You guys watch the Greatest Night in Pop doc on Netflix,
yes.
Right? Yeah. How it just shows you how times change. In 1984, they wanted some female voices on the We Are the World song. So they invited Dionne Warwick, who was really famous at the time. And they said, we need a young female voice. And it came down to Cyndi Lauper or Madonna. And they said, well, Cyndi...
And they were both big at that point.
Huge. And they said, well, Cyndi Lauper's going to have a much better career than Madonna. She's a flash in the pan. So they invited Cyndi Lauper and didn't invite Madonna. And, of course, Madonna arguably went on to have the greatest pop career of any woman
Although Cyndi Lauper on that record was fantastic. Her voice is really distinctive, stands out.
Right. Okay, so you don't know the statistical thing I was making
No,
reference
I
to.
don't.
Do you, Funch? That there's something going on in sports right now
Not at all.
statistically
No.
that Brian, you don't know either?
No, we're all dumb. What is it?
I didn't know until somebody pointed it out to me 2 days ago. Has anyone been paying any attention to Aaron Judge and how well he's hitting? Do you know about this?
Well, I know he's having a good year.
Okay. So, Aaron Judge is batting .427.
Wow.
All right?
Yep.
The closest person to him is the guy who hits behind him, Paul Goldschmidt.
Yep.
Who's hitting .356, 75 points less. All right. Hits, total hits. Goldschmidt has 42. He's second.
Yep.
Bregman in Boston has 42. Fernando Tatis, 39. Bo Bichette, 39. Aaron Judge has 50.
Yeah, he's got a 1282 OPS.
And no one's near him.
No.
He's tied for the Major League lead in home runs,
with 10.
He also is tied. Do you guys know who he's tied with for the RBI lead? He has 32 RBIs. Do you know? Is it in front of you? Don't look if it's not in front of you.
It's
Take
in
a
front
guess.
of me. It's in front of me. I saw it
It's
already.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah, Teoscar.
So, but I mean, Mace, he's having a monster year.
Yeah, he is.
And he's not only the best power hitter in baseball right now, he's the best hitter, period.
Yes,
and
he
it's
is.
not close.
Yeah.
You know, I yelled at Michael Kay. I go on Michael Kay's show sometimes.
Right.
And I said, you don't really believe that Aaron Judge is as good of a hitter as Shohei Ohtani. And he goes, not only do I believe it, I'll give you all the time you need to explain to me why I'm wrong. And I said, well, Shohei's just better. I go, he's better statistically. He goes, no, he's not.
Well, it's May.
And right.
It's May. Last year, I would say they were
talking
both spectacular.
I had this argument last
Oh, well,
year.
he ain't stealing 50 bases.
Right, but that's about the only thing he's not doing. And then, of course, Judge had the brain cramp in the World Series where he blew Game 5.
Dropped the ball, yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you haven't started paying attention to Aaron Judge, he has. I don't think he's going to hit 400. Nobody's done it since Ted Williams in the 40s.
Right.
But Rod Carew came close once, and George Brett came close once. I think Brett hit 391, and then the strike happened.
Right.
And Carew had a year where he hit 388. Aaron Judge is flirting with it.
Well, I got to say this. How many RBIs do you think Shohei has this year?
Well, you point out that he hits first, so I would say he probably has 20.
10.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, the lineup. Am I crazy here to suggest the lineup should
You're
change?
not crazy, but he wants to hit there. So do you really want to pull him out of his comfort zone? I mean, if he says, if you're Dave Roberts or Andrew Friedman and you go to Shohei and you say, hey, you're so great at the plate, we want to put you in situations where you have runners on base, so we're going to hit you third.
Right.
And we're going to put Mookie and Freddie Freeman in front of you, so they're going to be on base a lot.
Right.
And I don't think Shohei's the type of guy that would say no.
No.
But he would say, I want to hit where I'm hitting because that's where I'm most comfortable.
Right.
Do you want to take him out of where he wants to
But
hit?
he was just hitting second as recently as 1 year ago.
Right.
Mookie was at the top of the lineup. I just think
But then when they moved him to first is when he went off and he won MVP.
7 homers, 10 RBIs. Somebody should be on base. Now, the bottom of the lineup should definitely be more productive. Michael Conforto, I'm totally done with.
Now, isn't
Andy Pajes has been fantastic. Max Muncy hit a homer yesterday, but that's his first homer of the year.
Isn't the way I should come back at you, just if we were in debate school?
Yeah.
What I should say, well, he's the reigning MVP.
Yes.
The Dodgers have the best record in baseball,
Yes.
and they're on pace to win 110 games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei's on pace for like 60 RBIs.
Right, but
that's just nuts.
But why do we play?
He could hit 40 home runs with 60 RBIs.
The only thing that matters in the Dodgers curriculum is that they win the World Series, and they're on pace to do that.
But the most.
I'm not saying this is a bad idea. I'm not fighting you.
I think the most productive lineup you can put on the field doesn't have Shohei batting leadoff. 7 homers, 10 RBIs. It's a bunch of solo home runs.
I see your point, but if he wants to hit first, then I would not tell him no. I would say, look, if you feel strongly about this, we won the World Series with you hitting first last year. You won the MVP. We're on pace to win 110 games. We have the best record in baseball.
Yep.
But I'm just letting you know, if we slide, if we move off of those things, then I may drop you in the lineup. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. I think, again, he should have more RBI opportunities.
I agree with you. But I wouldn't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, so I wanna circle back to something we talked about at the beginning of the show. That's J.J. Redick's comments yesterday. At the end of the season, he and Rob Pelinka spoke to the media in El Segundo. He said this.
I'll start with the offseason and the work that's required in an offseason to be in championship shape. And, we have a ways to go as a roster. And certainly there are individuals that were in phenomenal shape. There's certainly other ones that could have been in better shape.
Let's play a couple of takes on that today. Jay Williams was on the Get Up.
He has the body of a 40-year-old. Right? So, when you've been in the league and you've been a pro for 10-plus years, those are like dog years. You're not coming into the situation fresh. So can you get your body right, and then how long can it sustain? That's a big challenge.
I don't mean to laugh, but when you said that he's 26 and has the body of a 40-year-old, and LeBron is 40 and has the body of a 26-year-old.
So we balance it out in the end.
Here's Alan Hahn.
Grow up, right? It's time to grow up. Stop being lazy about it. Take your craft seriously. Playing pickup basketball gets you in shape when you're in high school. It doesn't get you in shape in the NBA. And that has been proven all around the league. To me, that's all it is. It's look them in the eyes. Somebody has to and say, grow up.
Yeah, we're kind of in this weird spot, and I don't think we're necessarily there completely yet, but JJ was clearly talking about Luka in that original comment. But we're kind of entering this conundrum where we've got a player who they didn't like because he wasn't in shape in Dallas, and now we've got him, and now he's not in shape, and now what are we going to do? What is going to be different?
Well, I hope that
he gets in
LeBron's
shape.
freakish work ethic rubs off on Luka.
Yeah.
And that's what I think.
But I
you
think
hope for.
I think it's totally fair for fans to say, the bare minimum is that you are in championship condition. Whether you win or not, that's another thing. But be in championship condition. It's funny. Michael Thompson texted me. He's got some old video of Luka, very thin, and it says Luka before he started eating American food, which is probably right. We don't eat the best here. All right, coming up next for you, Dave Roberts' warning for the rest of Major League Baseball, and there might be a new rule for nightlife in downtown L.A. That's coming up next for you. In the meantime, I love my Hyundai Elantra. As soon as I started working with the Southern California Hyundai dealers, these are great guys. I had dinner with them a couple of weeks ago. Terrific people. And I test drove everything that Hyundai has. I test drove the Santa Fe for an SUV, test drove the Sonata, which actually Ramona's brother ended up getting a Sonata. Beautiful car. I chose the Elantra, which is a hybrid, and I love. With next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include their available class-exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, every Hyundai also comes complete with America's best warranty, a 10-year or 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. It's time for you to test drive your favorite Hyundai today. Do like I did. Visit your SoCal Hyundai dealers or go to SoCalHyundai.com. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my blue jeans on.
good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
This is going to be me tonight at Beach Life. Feeling all right.
Feeling all right.
Joe Cocker went into the Hall of Fame today.
Yeah, Hall of Fame. What's his big song is probably I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends.
This is a huge hit for him.
What about You Lift Me Up Where I Belong?
What's the one? It's Belushi's did A Little Help With My Friends. Is that the one that he copied on SNL?
Yes,
that was
yes.
so good?
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, great voice.
All right, so you found something really cool, and I'm all in.
Okay, so I'm going to send it out right now. Twitter at LA Ireland, and Anthony on our social team will send it on our at ESPN Los Angeles Twitter account as well. Funch, did you watch this? I sent it in my email today. Every once in a while, I come across something on the internet that I would do. I would pay them to do it.
By the
rather
way,
than
I'm
me
super
being
surprised
paid.
that you have this take, but go ahead.
Marines are now performing boarding exercises with jetpacks on the ocean. So picture a ship going fast, like a high-speed ship. And Brian, have you seen this video?
Oh, I'm looking at it right now, yeah.
It's
crazy. It is wild.
Staggering. These guys are in like a little rescue boat, and they pop out of the boat with a jetpack on, and they take off into the sky, and they land on a moving boat.
Yeah.
How fun would that be?
Well, you generally are pretty timid when it comes. Like, you really would put on a strap on a jetpack and fly around?
I've been waiting for
You won't even get in a driverless taxi.
I know, but I mean, what happens if the jetpack dies on me here? I just fall in the water.
True.
What happens if a driverless taxi, I'm on the freeway and I get scrunched between two trucks?
Right.
I have no control over it.
Sure.
This I have control.
You think you have... no, I'll tell you, I would try this in a second.
Heck yeah.
I would be all in on this. In fact, who is it? It's the Navy?
It's the Marines.
It's the Marines. Funch, call the Marines and see if we can borrow their jetpacks.
I'd like to buy it. How much do you think it costs?
Oh,
By
a
the way,
jetpack's probably super
I
expensive.
feel like we've all been shortchanged.
In what respect?
Okay, when I grew up, you guys are younger than me, but when Mason and I grew up, there was a cartoon called The Jetsons.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with The Jetsons?
Of course I am.
Yeah. Okay.
George Jetson.
His boy Elroy, daughter Judy, Jane, his wife. Yeah, okay.
Daughter.
Later.
Astro?
No, their dog was Astro.
Astro, yeah.
Okay, later, the movie Back to the Future, huge hit.
Yep.
Okay? Marty McFly in Back to the Future had a flying skateboard. Everybody on the Jetsons had a jetpack. It's 2025. Where's my friggin' jetpack? Where's my flying skateboard?
Yeah.
The Back to the Future came out in the 80s.
Right.
Where's my flying skateboard?
Yeah, you still can't go to the past in a car.
Right.
They still know magic DeLorean car.
Yeah, I feel like we were promised a future of ridiculous technology advancement, and they've only gone about halfway.
Well, we're getting there.
We got the
electric
internet.
cars.
We've seen jetpacks.
We've got the driverless cars. Where's my jetpack?
Yeah, jetpack is next. Hoverboard. That's another one, a hoverboard.
Yeah, where's my hoverboard?
Yeah. None of this stuff.
What, the shoes that tie themselves, too, just like in a...
Well, those are called
exists.
those
That
are called
exists, actually.
Skechers.
Yeah.
Those
Brian,
Skechers are
they
always tied.
now have shoes, so you don't even have to bend down to put them
Yeah.
on.
No, I like
Talking
the
like Back to the Future style.
I like the Skechers. The Skechers are good. They have laces, but you didn't actually tie them. They're perfect. I'm in the middle of this text exchange, Ireland.
With? Or do
I
you
have
not want to
no
say? Okay.
idea.
All right, what's happening?
Okay, so this is I've got a series of text messages. I'm going to read. I don't know who this person is.
But you're continuing to engage.
Correct.
Okay.
So it starts out with Mashonsky, 3 exclamation marks. So
All
it's
right.
somebody that knows me.
Yep.
I texted back, who this? He texted back, who this? Hot piss, Luka with the assist, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 7. Okay. Then he says something about Morales derailing the show. Then he says, Mace, are you there? I'd like to clear up once and for all the Pelinka-Zubac trade. And I said, you're still not in my phone. This is what this random person says and react to it, John.
Are there any previous texts before the first one?
No. I have no idea who and they're listening right now.
Well, hopefully they'll text who they are now if they're listening.
Okay.
I always say, I mean, you've made it pretty clear. You've said who dis. You're still not in my phone.
You're still not in my phone. Now I got a long one.
Oh, the dot. You get the dots coming.
I've got a long text from him.
Can you read it or?
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay.
Despite if it was Magic or Pelinka, they traded away Zubac because since they drafted Zubac, he would have a cap hold heading into that summer into free agency as bird rights. However, the Lakers during the summer of 19 were trying to add 2 max contracts, AD and Kawhi, and had to trade away Zubac to make every dollar available to make this happen. Hindsight, of course, is not a good. It's not a good trade, but can't fault them for trying at the time. Please make this known. I'm shocked no one has mentioned it yet.
I think it's somebody
really leaguey, right?
Yeah, that's tied to the Lakers in some way. Is Jay Moore in your phone?
Yeah, he's on my phone. It's not him.
Is Aaron Larsoul in your phone?
That's a good question. He's that is a pretty good guess.
Is Trudell in your phone?
Trudell is, but he's
okay.
I have Trudell. Aaron might be the guy.
But somebody in that, is everybody in your fantasy basketball league in your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
And that means it could be Jovan Buha. It could be any of these guys.
Right, but he's in your phone.
Jovan is in my phone. I don't know who this is. Damn it. Yeah. And they knew my real last name, and I've asked multiple times, who are you?
They're not going to tell you now.
Right, no, now it's
saying this on the air, and they're just going to mess with you the whole
now
time.
It's just a bit.
Huh.
Yeah, so anyways.
Right. Hey, let me ask you guys something.
By the way, the point is that is true, right? He would have had to be paid, and that's one of the reasons why they traded him.
I was told by a very reliable source that they knew that they were getting LeBron, or they were pretty sure they were getting LeBron the following year, and that
they needed to create room
eventually down the road, and that they could not pay Zoo. But much like we say about Nico Harrison, the issue wasn't that they traded Zoo; it's what they got in return.
Right.
They got Mike Muscala. I just think
sharpshooter Mike Muscala.
But I don't know. Maybe they did shop Zoo around, and that was the best offer they got.
Okay, I have an admission to make. At the moment, I liked the Mike Muscala trade. The Lakers needed a three-point shooter. He was a good three-point shooter.
Right.
He ended up it didn't pan out at all. But in the moment, I thought, all right, I kind of get it. They're adding a shooter. Stupid, not a good trade.
But you got to. You also realize that a year after they got LeBron, they won the title. They had
True.
1 year. The first year LeBron didn't make it, and then the second year they went to the bubble and won the titles. So
True.
It's hard to criticize them for that.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. Tomorrow, 4:30. Clippers at Nuggets, Game 7.
Good for them.
All right.
Good for them.
Funch, who are you rooting for?
Honestly, the Clippers.
Brian, who are you rooting for?
Honestly, the Clippers as well.
Mace?
Denver.
I am also rooting for the Clippers.
What? Since when do we around here root for the Clippers?
Because the Lakers are out.
I'm not going to adopt
and
the
I
Clippers.
like Ty Lue.
He's a fine man.
And I like their announcers. I like Brian Seaman. I like Carlo Jimenez. I like Jeannie Zelasco. I like everybody I see. I like Lee Jenkins, who works over there in their office. I have no issue saying, now that the Lakers are out, why not root for the Clippers?
I have no issue saying, now that the Lakers are out, I'm rooting against the Clippers every single game. The last thing I want is to have to listen to Clipper fans.
Where are you on if the Clippers met the Celtics in the finals, who would you root for? I've got him in a conundrum now. He knows he's in a no-win.
Clippers?
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Boston.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah, because we don't want to let them
as
get
the
another
late,
title.
Great Dr. Jerry Buss said, the answer is always anyone but the Celtics.
Yeah.
So I have no issues rooting for the Clippers tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
do.
they beat Denver and
I
knock
have
them out.
huge issues rooting for them, and I won't do it. I refuse
And by
to
the
do
way,
it.
the way Jokic and those guys beat us like a drum the last 2 years, I don't want to see them have any success. Although Kevin Demoff runs that team now, and I like Kevin a lot.
That's true.
Now I'm back to a conundrum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
All right. Coming up next for you, John. It looks like the Fire Fest is going to happen.
No, I thought
no,
they...
new news, new information.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, new information.
Anybody dumb enough to give them money?
Yeah, that is coming up next. It's interesting what they're trying to do. We'll do it coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, Laker fans, you know I'm at every game, and now there's a new MVP on the sidelines. Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. Pro Baller is a natural, healthier alternative to those synthetic high-crash energy drinks. It's packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave nectar, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins. Plus, it delivers 102 milligrams of natural caffeine to keep you energized without the crash. It's NSF certified for sport, which means pro athletes trust what's inside. Whether you're training, working, or just powering through the day, Pro Baller fuels your hustle the healthy way. And right now, you can rep the squad with a limited edition Lakers can, available for a short time only. It looks great, tastes even better, and it's made to keep you locked in longer. So if you want to feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in, grab the drink that fuels the Lakers. Pro Baller is available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online at Amazon. Pro Baller energy drinks, champions. Choose clean energy.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Denipo Wanga is heating up.
Denis pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Denis still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Denis has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with the battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a golazo for Denis Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, you know, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
It's time for the Black and Gold Report. The latest news surrounding LAFC and a look at the upcoming matchup. Powered by Ocean Subaru of Fullerton.
Coming off a 2-2 tie with St. Louis City SC last weekend at BMO, the Black and Gold have welcomed new midfielder Ryan Raposo from the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Canadian and MLS veteran knows he'll fit right in with LAFC.
The vision for the club and the vision and standard that I hold myself to is directly correlated, which is winning, and winning at all costs and not just competing.
The Black and Gold welcome the Houston Dynamo to downtown LA as LAFC hope to redeem their loss in Houston 1 month ago. Catch all the coverage of LAFC versus Houston tomorrow night, starting with pregame at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
And that's the Black and Gold Report, powered by Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com for more info. OceanSubaruOC.com. Go Black and Gold.
Ready to win some real cash during the basketball playoffs? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code FNH. That's code FNH. For new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Chubby Checker, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I believe this is the only song of his that I know. Did he have any other songs? Took him 67 years to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on this thing. Any other songs for Chubby Checker? By the way, who wants the name Chubby? I do not want the name Chubby. I would not choose that name. I would be disappointed if that was my legal name. I don't know. Do you think Chubby Checker's legal name is Chubby?
I don't think that's his legal
little chubby
name.
too, right?
He is a little chubby. He was a little chubby, yeah. 67 years ago that song came out. All right.
So, by the way, little known fun fact about Chubby Checker.
Okay, yes.
Sang at Bob Costas's wedding.
Really?
Yeah, if you could have anybody sing at your wedding, who would you pick? Lisa would take Adele.
Adele's a pretty good wedding
I would take
act.
Sting.
Sting would be unbelievable.
But who would you take?
I would take Bono.
It's good. Brian, any living person can sing at your wedding.
That's a great question. Go with give it a whole band of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay,
that's
the Chili
a good
Peppers
one.
is great.
Wu-Tang Clan.
You and Trudell.
There you go.
Yeah, that's Trudell's band.
Hey, Chubby Checker's real name, Ernest Evans.
But
Ernest Evans.
If somebody tried to nickname me Chubby, it would be my daily mission to get rid of that name. Chubby. All right. Speaking of, I was going to mention this, John. A brand new Culture Pop podcast came out today. It is Carrie Preston, who plays Elsbeth.
How was she?
She was so good.
Yeah,
She's
very nice,
so
I
good.
hear. Yeah.
Very nice. Also, we talk about The Last of Us. You don't watch The Last of Us, but
I do not.
Episode,
but almost everyone else does.
Episode 2 was crazy. Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. Episode 2 was great.
Not spoiling it. Do you watch Last of Us, Funch?
I have not seen this season yet, so don't say anything,
Episode
please.
2, damn. Plus, we talk about The Studio. Have you watched The Studio, John? The Seth Rogen show?
I've only seen the first episode, which I thought was great.
Episode 2 is my favorite one.
Okay.
Favorite one.
I'll get on it now that I have some
You love The Studio?
unexpected time on my hands.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And we talk about a disturbing show called Adolescence. All that stuff on the Culture Pop podcast. It is on Spotify, Apple, and you can get it on YouTube. Just search Culture Pop Podcast channel. All right. So this is interesting. You know, downtown LA is kind of happening now. When I remember doing a show from across the street where Crypto is now, looking across an empty parking lot filled
when
with...
the Lakers had their first championship parades in the year that Crypto opened, that's where all the fans were. There was a giant parking lot over there, where LA Live is now.
So there is a brand new law that's being considered for downtown LA. And the law is bars can stay open till 4 a.m.
Hell yeah.
Now, is that a good scene right there?
Don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I say yes. I mean, honestly, there's downtown. You want a downtown that's
the way it is. That's the way it is in New York, and New York's more fun.
Yeah, bars don't close in New York. You can go to a bar
from 4 to 6. That's
right.
it.
Yeah, you can go to a bar at 6 a.m. and get your drink. So, yeah, I think that would be a good positive rule. Now, Funch, do you spend a lot of time downtown here?
I go to a lot of downtown bars, yes.
Do you?
And I do hate when it's like a 1:30 or whatever, and they're like, last call, everyone. And
I always say last call. I'm at a club or a bar, and it's late at night, and they say last call. I'm always bummed.
Yeah, very much so. Very, very
I'm
much
always
so.
there for last call. John, when was the last time you were at a bar for last call?
Literally 1 week ago.
No, really?
Yeah, I was in the Four Seasons in Minneapolis with Riley Drexel. Who
Okay,
you know,
sure.
And his friend Ash. And we walked up to the bartender. This was after the Lakers lost one of those games that were just heartbreaking.
Yep.
We walked up to the bar. He goes, I gave last call 10 minutes ago. And I looked at him and I go, I work for the Lakers. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys just lost. He goes, you're right. What do you want?
Yeah, right.
And he gave us all
Last call.
Yeah, he gave us all last call. It was about 1 in the morning.
Brian, you always out there for last call?
Usually I'm asleep by then.
See, right after bottle service, I'm so bummed. I get bottle service, and we finish the bottle, but they have last call, and I can't get another bottle. Funcher, and that's
yeah.
all
And,
the time.
and after bar, I go to after hours.
Yeah. Oh, you do after hours?
Yes, I go to after hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, are you being legit, or are you being?
I mean, I have
are
done.
you playing into the bit?
I have done after hours, but I haven't done after hours.
Now,
it's been a little while.
What I love is a good speakeasy. You guys ever go to a
Yes.
speakeasy?
There's one in Culver City I like.
Where
Yeah.
you walk through one door and you go through another door and it looks like a laundromat, and the
Sure.
next thing you know, you're in a bar.
You think you're getting a haircut, and next thing you know, you got a
Boom.
whiskey sour.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. So, all right, I want to do one last thing. Funch came across this. It turns out people are having fewer kids.
Or in some cases, not having kids at all.
And one of the reasons is that people have become unbelievably devoted to their pets.
Okay.
It satisfies that. Now, do you think it's not the same? Having a kid is not the same as having a pet, obviously.
Right.
But do you understand why people would...
Pets like you more.
Yeah, it's true. Pets always like you. When they're 11, they're so cool with you. When they're 14, they're fine. Do you think that's a reason to not have kids, is that you just get what you want out of pets?
Sure. I don't think I've said this to you before off the air. I don't think you should have a kid unless you really want to.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of perspective, right? So because I don't have a kid, my pets are gigantic. Do you get this, Brian?
100%. You cannot tell me that I don't have a kid.
Yeah.
I have a dog.
Once you and Allison have a kid, I assume that's going to happen somewhere along the line.
It's not really on our...
Oh, it's not? Okay. So you may just stick with copper?
A lot of
We might
couples,
stick with the dog.
a lot of couples, Brian, are doing what you're doing. Getting married and
It's
having
expensive.
no kids.
It's expensive.
It's insanely expensive. And in particular, if you're going to try and put your kid through private school. My kid went to public schools.
Sure.
But private schools, I mean, I know people that are paying $30,000, $40,000 for their second grade.
That's crazy. Now, Funch has got a menagerie of pets at his house. What all you got?
What's in the zoo,
Funch?
Funch?
I have 2 dogs.
2 dogs. What are their names?
I have Buddy, who's 15 years old, and Linus, who's about 11, and Violet, the cat.
Violet the cat.
Do the cat and the dogs get along?
They do, actually. They do. We had another dog that passed away in December, and that dog, Roxy, and the cat didn't get along too much.
Right.
They would kind of like play fight each other all the time.
Sure. And you're just one dog.
Just
Brian.
one dog, yeah.
See, we are going to go back. Obviously, if you didn't hear, we're going to lose Sophie this weekend, but we will at the end of the summer go get another dog because we're a 3-dog house.
There you go.
Yeah, 3-dog house. All right, we're going to do some game of games. Who is? I guess it's Trudell is going to play.
Trudell's going to play.
Okay, so we'll let you guys behind the curtain. It was supposed to be Bergman's game today, but then Bergman needed to take the day off.
Yep.
So you're breaking out your emergency game. I also have an emergency game. How are you feeling about your game?
I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I feel pretty good.
So
I think it's going to be solid.
Next time we have an emergency, we'll use mine.
Yeah.
We'll use yours today.
All right, good. We'll do Game of Games coming up next for you. I think Mike Trudell is going to play along with us. He's filling in for Cappy this afternoon with Shadano.
Because Cappy's already at Beach Life. He's texting
That's right.
me
He's
updates.
already. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's. It didn't start though, did it?
It started at noon.
So there's music playing?
All day, every day for the next 3 days.
Cappy's already in it.
Yeah.
All right, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
My guy Casey Kasem ran into me in a bathroom one time. I thought the bottom knob locked, and apparently it didn't. He walked in on me. I mean, all you saw was my back.
Did you turn around and take your hand off?
Well, no, I turned over my shoulder. No, I did not. I turned over my shoulder, and I saw Casey Kasem. He was like, "Oh, hey, sorry, didn't mean to run into you."
Hey, Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouqs Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouqs aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow mom with a Bouqs flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I picked my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouqs now. Go to Bouqs.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs. Promo code ESPN.
If you've been thinking about selling your home and you've heard about Seller's Advantage on the radio or seen them around town, you might be a little skeptical, wondering if they're just another shady company trying to take advantage. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes from sellers in Southern California for over 20 years. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and there's a reason they have some of the best reviews in town. Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with after paying for expensive repairs and agent commissions without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or, better yet, go to their website, sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time.
Did you do it?
I'm doing it right now.
All right. So Mason and I just came up with an idea. I did this the last time I was with somebody who could not figure it out. We did a reverse Google search on the number. Did it?
It's Long Beach.
Yeah, but it didn't give you a name.
Did not.
Okay, well, we'll keep trying.
Keep trying. Who the hell is texting me? You not in my phone.
Ireland probably has a private investigator.
Probably, yeah.
You're the one
knows
who
a guy.
caught my friend's husband cheating.
Exactly.
And I can get him.
He's available.
Exactly.
So, Trudeau, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Wow, we were just. I'm still kind of lamenting the fact that I'm not in Minnesota
I
right
know.
now. So dealing with that. Otherwise, everything is great. Man.
Good.
By the way, Mike, today would have been Game 6.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's tough
Crazy.
times.
Yeah.
Tough times.
All right, here we go. This is the emergency game. The emergency game is a Family Feud game. So,
Okay.
I have got actual Family Feud survey questions.
Oh.
I'm going to give you two options. You tell me which was the #1 answer in the survey.
Okay.
So we start out with this. Name an occupation that begins with the letter J. It is either janitor or judge. Which one is it, Trudeau?
Ooh, I'm going to go
#1 answer.
Janitor, man.
Janitor. Ireland.
Janitor.
Janitor. Brian.
Janitor.
Janitor. Funch.
Judge.
Sorry, Funch. It was right there for you. Everybody had it right. So everybody's on the board except Funch. Number 2. Name something an athlete might break. The number 1 answer is either a bone or a record. Something an athlete might break, John. Bone or record?
That could be either one. I'll go a bone.
A bone. Brian?
Record.
Record. Funch?
Bone.
Bone. Trudell?
I like bone for this, Mason.
Bone is the right answer. Yes, bone, and number 2 was record.
Brian, you're the only one who missed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3. Name something in a bakery that a baker might call his wife. The number 1 answer is either honey buns or cupcake. Honey buns or cupcake, Brian?
Honey buns.
Says honey buns. Funch?
Cupcakes.
Cupcake. Trudell?
Honey buns.
Honey buns in Ireland.
Cupcake. It's split down the middle.
It is honey buns. Yeah.
So
Cupcake
Trudell's
was number
got
2.
the lead.
Yep, Trudell's
All right, who else
taking
got
the lead.
that besides Trudell?
I was trying to figure out how cupcake would be that, and I couldn't get that.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
so,
All right.
May, so far I have Trudell 3, me and Brian 2, and Funch 1.
All right. Have you ever won Game of Games, Mike?
I've only played once, and I did win.
Really?
So he's undefeated.
And I am one of the few people who actually really does care
right,
about it.
Right, good.
Which I'm not proud of,
No,
but that is
no.
my personality.
I've never been
Me and
prouder
JJ
of you.
Redick both would really try to win
Care
this.
factor really high. All right.
Yeah.
Name something you might see a commercial for during a baseball game. The number 1 answer.
Cialis?
You definitely would. The number 1 answer is either car or beer. Car or beer commercial during a baseball game. Funch.
Beer.
Beer. Trudell.
Car.
Car. Ireland.
Car.
Car. Brian.
Beer.
Correct answer. Car. Yes. Beer was number 2.
All right, Trudell is 4 for 4.
Damn. All right, number
I'm
5.
only one behind you, though. I'm coming for you.
Name an occasion where parents force their kids to wear a certain outfit. The number 1 answer is either Easter or a wedding. A certain outfit for an occasion, Easter or a wedding. Trudell.
Oh, that's a great one. Let's say wedding.
Wedding. Ireland.
I'm with Mike. Wedding.
Wedding. Brian.
Wedding.
Wedding. Funch.
Wedding.
Wedding is the right answer, yeah. So Trudell is undefeated here.
I'm only one back. Slow your roll. I'm coming for him.
First thing that popped into my mind there was church, which I guess is
Easter.
Wedding or Easter.
Yeah.
Would have been.
Number 6. Name something that might come out of your nose when you laugh. The answer is either snot or milk. Come out of your nose when you laugh, snot or milk. Ireland, this one goes to you.
Milk seems so dumb that I'm worried it might be right, but the first thing that I thought was snot. So
Snot.
I'll go snot.
Brian.
I like milk.
Milk. Funch.
Snot.
Snot. Trudell.
I mean, we all have snot. Not all of us have milk. Snot it is.
Snot it is, and Trudell
6
is
for
undefeated
6.
6 for 6.
Brian, did you get that?
I missed that one.
All right, so
Thought it
we
was
got Trudell 6, Ireland 5, Funch and Brian 3 each. How many are left?
I've got 3 left.
Okay, so you guys got to go opposite of Trudell, and Trudell has to go first.
Number 7. Name the worst quality for a boss to have. The number 1 answer is either micromanager or incompetent. Micromanager or incompetent, worst quality for a boss to have. Trudell.
Incompetent.
Incompetent. Ireland.
Do I take my shot here? No, I think Mike's right. I'm going incompetent.
Brian, you got to go different.
Yep, micromanage.
And Funch?
He's got to go micromanage.
Micromanage, and the correct answer is micromanager.
You guys are in it. First miss for Mike.
All right.
Trudell 6,
What-
Ireland 5,
By the way,
Funch and Brian 4
Mason,
each.
in your personal experience, what is the answer?
Micromanager.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
mind an incompetent guy. He just doesn't get in my way.
Okay, fair.
All right, number 8. Other than feet, name something that runs. The number 1 answer is either a car or water. Something that runs. Mike Trudell
Water.
says water. Ireland, are you taking a shot?
If I miss, I'd be out.
Yep.
I think Mike's right. I think it's water.
Water.
So these guys got to go car.
You guys got to go car.
Car.
And you guys are both out. The correct answer is water.
Okay.
So, now you
Trudell,
just have
if
to go opposite no matter what?
I do. In other words, if you get this, you win.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Are you nervous?
I mean, you know,
You look
a little.
You look tight.
I'm a little tight, but you can be tight and still have success.
You're 7 for 8. I don't think you have reason to be tight. Here
Okay.
we go.
Here
I
we go,
like
Mike.
pressure. Steven Jackson once said, "I make love to pressure."
Yeah.
That's what Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson said a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
F
Number
your
9.
team, clown.
Exactly. That's my favorite one. Still do that with Mark Shaw.
A fan walked up to him and goes, "Hey man, you're killing my fantasy team." Steven Jackson looks up and goes, "F your team, clown."
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, number 9, final one. Trudell goes, and then Ireland's got to go different. Name a word that rhymes with election. The number one answer is either selection or erection. A word that rhymes with election.
Look,
Trudell?
I have to stay true to what popped into my head first, and that is erection.
I'll take selection.
And we have a tie.
No!
I would have taken selection anyway.
There's no way they're going to answer erection.
Erection on Family Feud.
I'm happy to bring John back into it on that, at least. At least it's the entertaining answer.
All right.
So, you got to get something
Tiebreaker?
right with and right on.
Tiebreaker. Get something right with, get something right on.
Take that one.
Okay.
All right. Here is the tiebreaker question.
I screwed that one up.
How many people voted in the 2024 election?
Okay.
How many people voted in the 2024 election? Trudell and Ireland both jotting their answers down.
It's a good question for
right.
Ireland.
Ireland, what do you say?
You
By the way,
you
you
write
guys,
something down?
you guys probably have some feel for this.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
But I wrote down 122 million.
Trudell?
I wrote down 130 million.
Correct answer. 156 million. Mike Trudell is our winner.
I had 35, crossed it out and went to 30, but okay, all right.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's like, well, my philosophy was probably like yours, like about half the country, but a little more.
Right. Well, I always hear 60 million people voted for Biden and Trump,
Yeah.
so I thought it was around 120.
Right, around there.
And that was it.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got to say erection.
Congratulations.
And you're undefeated in game again.
And by the way, you said erection multiple times.
And it was fun to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Trudell, I said this yesterday, and I really do believe it. I thought we were going to the finals. I really did believe it. It was like a mirage. Like there's a palm tree out there, and I thought it was there, and I thought and then I get there, and there's nothing. I really convinced myself that they could go on a run.
Makes it hurt a little more in that context. See, for me, Mace, I thought that the conference finals was where I thought they might run into trouble. Not because they can't beat OKC, which we saw they did,
right?
But just having the fuel to get past whoever it would have been, Minnesota, and then either Golden State or Houston, both good teams. And, LeBron at this stage, year 22, Luka having missed a bunch of the season, integrating with the team, and them having to play small that much. And what I was surprised, and think we all were, it just came earlier. The size discrepancy ended up being the worst possible matchup. Was Minnesota, where if you just watch them both in the regular season, you'd think, okay, the way the Lakers play, the way the Wolves play, the Lakers are going to get better shots.
Yeah.
And Minnesota was able to impose themselves. And like the other thing, tell me if you guys do this. Remember, John, when the Lakers were winning, my first 2 years here, the Lakers win the title both years. And the teams that the Lakers beat would have if this would have gone this way, my team would have beaten that team.
Yes.
And so I'm trying not to do that. Well, if Luka Doncic doesn't get sick in game 3, then it's a totally different series.
If he doesn't fall and hurt his back, same thing. If LeBron doesn't hurt his knee, maybe.
But the illness one's the big one, though, because if that game 3 then, and they play, like LeBron plays great, if they win that one, it's 2-1. It's a different series. But look, bottom line, they lost 4 times and won once, and you have to just give Minnesota credit.
Yeah, Minnesota was better.
It just didn't feel like the series was close.
Mike, here's what keeps me up at night when I think about the Lakers.
Everything keeps you. You don't ever sleep, so
that's a good point.
It's unfair to suggest
in the hour that he's sleeping.
Everything is keeping you up
last
at night.
Night I slept for about an hour and a half.
Good for you.
But Mike, when we got Luka and he started playing, so we traded for him on February 1st. He started playing a couple weeks later. For 8 games, the Lakers were the number 1 defensive efficiency team in the NBA. Number 1. In the series against Minnesota, our defense didn't look good. What happened to that team that was the number 1 defensive efficiency team over those 8 games? I know part of it was schedule-based.
Yeah.
But we went from number 1 to way below average. How did that happen?
Well, so the first thing is that I think the trade gave this certain sense of excitement and life and verve, and everybody kind of rallied around the flag. Because even before, remember the Clipper game before? Well, Luka was sitting there, his first one, he didn't play, and they crushed the Clippers
into it,
with spirit and just flying around defensively. So I think that more than anything else, they had that in them. That was the fastball. But it's very difficult to sustain that over time, especially against some of the best athletes in the league. That's what Minnesota has. Like, Anthony Edwards may be the best athlete in the league. Throw in the Thompson twins as part of that. Then you got Jaden McDaniels and Julius Randle and Naz Reid. Just size and athleticism everywhere. And I thought when you're looking, and it's Reeves, LeBron in year 22, Luka, even DFS, who's an excellent player, but not in terms of athleticism relative to those Timberwolves players. So that to me is where it just eventually that caught them, and they didn't have the curveball. In other words, like the bigger lineup that they could go to, which I think they would put on the, as Pelinka said, Mace. Going into next season, I think they'll make sure they have that on the roster to be something available. They couldn't do that at the deadline because they traded Luke. They traded their best defensive center in the league for a point guard.
And one of their best on-ball defenders, too.
Yeah, and Max Christie as well.
Who started using the word verve first? Like, verve is like a big word now. You know what else is? This game is drunk. Last night, they said it multiple times during the Kings game. Who started this game is drunk?
From me.
You started this game is drunk?
I've been saying that for years.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You know the thing.
You were the originator of this game is drunk,
and you know what else? You know what else?
What?
I invented the internet.
Oh, so all these years we thought it was Al Gore, and it was really John
me.
Ireland
Really,
in the middle of the night when he doesn't
the
sleep.
federal government did.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's overplayed, Mace, is the let's go. What everybody says that all the time still now.
Let's go.
And that only has come in the last couple of years. And then how about GOAT used to be a bad thing when I was growing up?
Yep.
Oh, you're a GOAT, and then it turned into greatest of all time.
Exactly. No, it's true.
There's a couple things I wanted to get off.
I don't like let's go. I like let's ride. I like
Let's ride?
Oh, yeah. I like the Russell Wilson. Let's ride. You got to lower your voice. Let's ride.
That's right.
There you go. See, you got it.
Why can't I think of this right now? I'm having a brain cramp. Russell Wilson, Jets? Is that where he ended up?
No, Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
You're
I have
close.
the right stadium.
Stadium.
Yeah. Let's ride. All right, Ireland, you're going to go
I'm
ride?
out of here. Yeah, I got to, and I've got to go save Cappy from Rachel at Beach Life.
Oh, God.
So,
here come the gummies.
This may be the last time you see me.
Yeah. By the way, it's I'm trying to think. Her gummies say bright and vital or something like that. Peaceful and joyful.
Hey, do you want me? Seriously, I'll do this. Do you want me to drive you or pick you up?
No, we're Ubering. There will be no driving involved.
It's like a 2-minute drive from my house. I'm saying if you can't get an Uber on the way back, just call me.
I will let you know. Yes,
got you covered.
Thank you.
All right,
good. All right, see you guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, have a good weekend, man. Coming up next for you, do a little super crosstalk. Trudell and Shadano. In the meantime, everybody loves a fighter. In this town, winning matters, and especially after an accident, you want Jacob, proud sponsor of Game of Games. When you need a big win, you want Jacob. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Check out this true crime story. An IT manager came in on Monday, tried to log in, and couldn't. A ransom message popped up, all company data, customer files, bank info, everything was locked. If they didn't pay $250K in Bitcoin, it would all be wiped. Protect your business with Thrive, America's leading managed security provider. Start with a free cyber risk assessment at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Usually there's like 17 people in here for Super Cross.
I know,
like,
it's an empty house here. It's just me and Trudell.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Shadana, where are you on the road?
I'm home today.
No, you're home today?
Yeah,
when do you leave?
Next week.
Oh, next week.
Yeah. How you feeling, by the way?
Fine. Yesterday was so weird. I threw up. Laura threw up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
It's like, it's about, Laura threw up at about 2, I think, and came back and said she threw up. And then I was sick the entire show. So I was like, okay, I'm out of here after. I wanted to hang in for Sean McVay, so I hung in for Sean McVay. Then I threw up at the JW.
What was in the kitchen?
I have no idea. Brian, there was maybe a bug going around here because, Brian, you had the throw up.
I thought I had food poisoning because I was throwing up on Monday, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-oh. Well,
anyway, I'm fine now.
All right.
Yeah, we scrubbed down the whole studio after you guys left.
I'm glad.
George, Cappy was very worried about Clinton Yates the other day coming in here.
What about Clinton Yates?
Well,
because he was sick. Yeah.
Clinton had come in, I want to say it was the Kings game, and you came in, and I think he had a mask on, right? And Cappy, by way of praising him for thinking about others by wearing a mask, was really just saying, like, are you sure you're safe to be in here next to me? You know what I'm saying? So,
I honestly think at this place, if you are sick, go home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a radio station. We're all working in close quarters. It's like, no, we don't want everybody dropping here. So, if you're sick, go home.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be around Mason, the franchise. You know, just not get him sick.
The franchise,
you know?
My God. So, Shadano, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm still like processing. I feel like everything that happened with the Lakers. So I'm glad Mike is in the house today, so we could kind of because Cappy was just trying to agitate me yesterday.
Was he? Like what? Yeah. What was he doing?
I mean, he's just like talking to me about Jackson Hayes for 20 minutes.
Oh, how Jackson Hayes should have played?
Well, right. That was his position, and my position was he's clearly unplayable.
Yes. I think many people will come down on your side of this debate.
So he's just poking you?
Oh, he was just trolling.
Yeah, and then I ended up, he wasn't in the studio, so I threw a bottle of water at the camera.
Oh, nice. No, I think that's...
Ireland doesn't really poke you like that much, does he? That's not really his personality.
That's not really we do... here's the thing. We have got this thing called Under the Hat. Have you ever heard Under the Hat?
Please explain.
Okay. So me and Ireland, when we've got something that truly does bother us, you know, whether it's an insecurity or something we said or something we did, anything like that, we say, put that under the hat. And if it's under the hat, it can never be discussed. It just goes away. Whatever that thing is, whatever that insecurity or that event or that thing is, never gets brought up because it's under the hat. And it's a good rule for a partnership. And I don't even think you guys own a hat, Shadano.
No, there's no hats on our show.
No
that's
hats.
for sure.
No hats.
It's anti-hat, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in Ireland's hard to poke too, because you kind of just will move on if you poke.
Yeah,
them,
it's
just
really
go to
more
the
for
next
you.
thing.
I feel like Mace. That's more like a you thing.
Oh no, there's stuff under the hat.
Okay.
Really? For Ireland too?
Oh, if I
if
I showed you what's in the hat, you would be
Wow.
like, wow.
Who would have more in the hat? Like if you
I
had
have
to
more
assign
in
a
the hat.
percentage.
60-40?
Yeah.
I'd say of the things in the hat, probably 60-40 sounds about right. Ireland's got about 40% of the secret stuff, and I got about 60% of the secret stuff.
Now, where does you stealing the blame pie from the Kamenetskis
my
go
God.
in the hat?
We invented the blame pie. I don't, George. You weren't even around for the.
I know that,
innovation.
but it's their thing, so I feel like I need to keep it going.
No. When Mason went to New York, that was one of the things that he invented. And
Correct.
Then you
brought back
I brought
to
it
the blame
back
pie
to LA.
from
I
New York.
imported it here. Yeah,
that's
yes,
where he came
a
up with
pizza
it.
pie and a blame pie.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, if we were to do a blame pie, if we were to do one, who gets the blame?
Are you saying
In this
For the
thing?
Lakers,
Oh,
yeah.
Lakers?
Did you actually do a
You've
blame
been
pie?
talking about the Kings too. I don't know. Go
Yeah,
ahead, George.
I would say, gosh, man, that's tough. I hadn't really thought about this. I would say the roster construction.
for sure. Roster
currently,
construction.
Right? The building the plane in the air.
Yep.
I would say that's certainly one. So that would have the largest percentage. I would say well over 50. I would go like 60%.
Well over 50. I actually agree with that. I think at least 50%.
Yeah.
What blame do we give J.J. Redick?
JJ deserves some blame, although, again, the roster's hampered. So I would probably go like – I gave him a B+, so I'd probably say like 10 or 15% of the blame pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that range.
I mean, I still don't get I mean, I'll never get Game 4. I won't understand the second half of Game 4.
Yeah,
I
maybe even 20, I guess,
Yeah.
because of Game 4.
I think
so now we're at 80.
Yep.
And then the rest of it is like, I don't know, like there's like 10% of like just bad luck, right? And then there's like 10% like Austin Reeves not playing very
Yeah,
well.
like Luka getting sick on Friday night, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like that that would qualify under bad luck.
Yeah. And then 1% goes to Frank McCourt.
Just because. Right?
He gets 1% of every blame pie. He was the worst owner ever.
Still taking that parking lot in money too.
He is. Every time I
Still
park,
just
I'm like,
collecting that
damn, I'm
thing.
just giving this to Frank McCourt.
I know, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. By the way, I got an email or a text from Brian Kamenetsky.
Yeah.
Who said, Shadano wasn't around when the blame pie was invented. Neither were you. Now, that is not right. I am the originator of the blame pie. I should have trademarked it when I first – I have a lot of trademarks out there, and I should have trademarked that.
You know, I recall my own recollection.
Good.
Is that Mason said blame pie before the K brothers?
Yep.
That's just my personal. I don't know that it's true, George, for sure, but that's how I remember things.
Yeah, and that's also how I remember it. And, George, I'm sure it rings a bell with you.
You know, when I got here, you guys were fighting over the blame pie about 10 years ago almost at this point.
Yeah, we've all moved past the blame pie to some degree. We don't do as many blame pies.
We should do a blame
as we
pie
used
of who's blaming the blame pie. You know?
Oh, yeah, that's all Kamenetsky's. Yeah. All Kamenetskis.
That's 100%.
100% Kamenetskis, exactly.
Mace, what are you doing this weekend?
This week,
anything going on?
What happened?
Yes, we are going to help my little dog Sophie move into the next universe.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's
that I
okay.
asked
That's
that.
okay.
Oh.
18 and a half years old. She has just been such an amazing dog. And we got lots of bonus time with her. You know, we thought, 11, 12. She's 18 and a half.
Fantastic run.
A great run. And so I'm not going to be super I'll be super sad, but it's not going to be, I had a dog hit by a car a couple of years ago. That's different.
Yeah,
Sophie
that's
has had
brutal,
a great run. So
my tomorrow,
Yep.
tomorrow's Saturday,
Yep.
is the 1 year anniversary when we had to put our dog down, Lila. So she was 13. It's my first dog, only dog I've ever had. So yeah, it's 1 year tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah,
still.
it does. It totally sucks.
And a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say this. Obviously, watching a human pass away
Sure.
is at the top of the food chain. Like if someone's in hospice or
Yeah,
someone
right.
like that or whatever, or if someone dies even suddenly, I would say. But I would say putting an animal to sleep because they're in so much pain and suffering is incredibly emotional and even potentially traumatic.
Yeah,
in certain cases.
because you're in my case, you're holding her in your arms. So there's something to that too, where it's like there's a parental, it's
like a bond almost.
Yeah, there's a bond. And the other weird thing with this, I mean, I'm kind of going, but it's like a connection that Juan and I have had for 18 and a half year night. We don't even know what life is without Sophie.
Yeah, it's like a foundational piece sort of to your relationship. Yeah,
so it'll be a traumatic weekend.
Right, well,
so I'm
well,
going to have some trauma. You guys are hopeful.
We love Sophie, but let's for the audience's sake, we should probably move on to something else.
I totally agree. But I was asked, so I thought I'd say.
Yeah. But getting back to JJ, so you know what Cappy and I discussed a lot yesterday?
What's that?
Was Rashawn Haylock's question and answer by JJ, and JJ kind of going, leaving the
this is the before the game press conference.
Presser,
yeah.
Correct. And what I said was, and again, I think Rashawn does a very good job. He does a very good job at KTLA. I think he does a very good job on the G League. I think he does a very good job on the Sparks. And I think that it's funny, like DeAndre and I were playing the question. The first part of his question about referring to Game 4 was exactly what everybody wanted to hear.
Right.
But then what happens is he kept going and then started talking about assistants. And this came up in my head now when you said the hat, Mason.
Yep.
For JJ, the hat is inexperience. The questioning, anything that resembles questioning inexperience would be one of those sensitive spots, I would imagine.
And yet, it is the question, could it have been structured in a way that wouldn't have?
Well, I just at referring to how did you process Game 4, which is what his initial part of the question was, as opposed to saying, in this game, would you lean on an assistant in particular? And I think that's where you could see his face contort really when the question went to that direction. If he would have just stopped at processing what did you process from Game 4, I think you would have gotten a thoughtful answer and not an upset answer in that scenario.
Well, so I just think this is I'm going to call upon, I guess, experience of just.
And that's just constructive feedback.
Right. I mean, you're there asking questions all the time, Mike.
Well, so is Mike. Mike leads those things.
Well, this is where I'm going with this, though. So listening to, when I first came out here, the person answering the questions after the game was Phil Jackson, who by that point had won 1 million rings already and had gone through all of it and seen all of it. And so I think just in the case of, think of Kobe's rookie year in Utah and the air balls, think of LeBron's inexperience early in the postseason. For JJ, he had to actually go through it, be the guy that makes the call. Because, of course, he does. I'm in the hotel. He and his coaches are literally constantly together. So they're always talking. But he's the one that has to make the call. And when he did, whether it was right or wrong, Mesa, I think most people would be with you. It worked out in terms of Game 4. That's one call, but he has to own that. I think he's going to grow a lot just this offseason from it. And you have to give him the space to do it. And he got some pretty big endorsements without even being asked for it by LeBron, by Luka, and then by Pelinka. So I think like the Lakers are in great shape, but he will grow from this season.
I was terrible in my first year of radio. Just terrible. I mean, and I think that
I wasn't great either.
You're on a learning curve.
Yeah.
I mean, his first time as a head coach, he's on a learning curve. Things will be different. He'll grow. He'll change. And I thought he was, a little tight during the entire.
There was no question. He was tight, and he was tight the whole playoffs.
Yes,
I could tell you, Game 1, I felt like he was a little tighter than he had been. Like early in the season, he was a little tight in the regular season, but then he loosened up and he was JJ. Well, then the playoffs started and he kind of went back to being a little tighter. And then it felt like, certainly after Rashawn asked him that question, that he was tight. And I feel like, and this is maybe just me projecting now, that the team came out a little tight, I thought too. But I agree with Mike. I think he's going to grow from it. I know people were like, "Oh, Rashawn asked a fair question." I'm not saying he didn't ask a fair question. I just think that there's a way. Like if he would have just stopped at the "What did you process from Game 4?" I think you get an open-ended question with a probably a better answer. And then again, it's the in the hat thing. Anything that resembles questioning his inexperience is going to cause and elicit a reaction.
Right. Now, you guys are going to do a show together here today. Will you have a hat? Like, is there anything
no hats, I think, with Trudell
can't talk or Shadano can't talk? Anything?
No.
Is there anything off limits?
I don't believe so. Mike, I mean, you could answer yourself. I don't believe there's any hats here.
No, there's no hats. I mean,
hat-free?
I will say, so, it's tough because George and I are friends, but he also, he likes to poke a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I do the Cappy roll when Cappy's not here.
But he also knows that sometimes is the best way to get better radio out of me.
Sure.
is to poke me.
Right.
So he's doing it for the greater good of the show.
Of course he
and
is.
Mace, I just sometimes can't resist.
Yeah.
When I'm poked. I can't resist.
No, you
going back.
you retort.
And I think, and this is sometimes I think JJ is a very strong, principled person. So some questions, whatever it's about, like he will tell you how he feels,
right?
Eventually, and I like that.
Yeah, my favorite part about JJ is the time between you asking the question and him answering.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he does take some time.
He takes his time, and you can tell how things went by the amount of time he takes between your question and his answer.
Oh, so I thought you were referencing when we do the walk off of the second
No,
quarter.
he's talking about the post game.
The post game press conference where you ask a question, he's like,
true. But even for me, like when I'm doing the ones, if the Lakers are up, right, we interview the coach on Spectrum heading off the court, and I'll ask him a question, and he is so like ready to get into the locker room. He won't even. He will finish his thought and
keep it moving.
Dart to the lock, and I like to me that kind of shows the intensity of him and how much he cares about it. So I appreciate it.
All right, you guys take on the afternoon.
Oh, hey, we got to listen to the beginning of the show.
Okay.
Because there has been something that we discovered, that Lindsay discovered and sent in our group text that involves someone here at the station. And it's I think it's kind of funny, but we're going to need to bring this person on the air early in the show to let them know about said situation.
Okay. Excellent. So that's the very first segment.
Yes.
Okay. I will be listening.
Don't miss it.